Hello and welcome back to this specially recorded edition of Roll the Bones. My name is Rob, and joining me as ever are my patient, dynamic, and insurmountably calm players. My dear friends,
Ooh.
Michael, Matt, and Dom. What happened previously on Knights of the Apocalypse?
Dun, dun, dun. We fought the Coven.
Yes, the newly three-headed sanguine coven.
Although they spent their entire fight in awe.
Howling.
Yes, they were in awe. Rebuked as they were by the power of obsidian.
You owe me. Or if anybody can guess what film that's from, I'll be very impressed.
Ooh, I recognise it, but I'll have to get back to you.
Good. Keep
10
thinking.
points in the comments
yes.
if you get that film. If you get that, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments.
Love it. And we will send you nothing because we don't do that.
Yeah, you will get that.
We'll send you
One
just
day.
pride.
One day
Have
there'll
that.
be giveaways, but it is not this day.
Not this
We,
day.
we put them through what we affectionately called the meat grinder, which I adore. Disabled the sanguine sisters.
Yes, what
And
an
then put
effective use of them.
several powerful troll skeletons on either side that just shredded them to pieces. I enjoyed it. It was really nice.
But first,
and then
didn't
there was-
Silaster yeet them into the sky?
Yes, Silaster yeeted them into the ceiling, and then they
Yeah.
fell and descended and into the meat grinder. And it was that, a couple of vampires as well, of which I think one of them tried to flee. Obsidian went, nope, and Ansel just slowly dragged him back into the room and then
Yes.
threw him into the meat grinder as well.
Yes. Yeah.
That was that. And then we searched the coffin and found a mirror shard which resonated with Ansel.
Yes, and it turned out to be the other part of his fractured piece of looking glass, which fit together perfectly.
Yes. And we attempted to forge them together, and in the process, Ansel took a serious amount of damage and was bleeding from the eyes, if I recall. But apart from hearing some of Ansel's backstory, which I think for Obsidian and I was a first, knave of the Sickle Moon, what have you, we saw a brief glimpse as well as what I think was referred to as a king or the god of the Sickle Moon, which was the Night of the Apocalypse for Shadow, which engulfed the room. After which, and a bit of a meme cat going, we then descended into
We healed up like crazy because
yeah,
we
that-
did it.
Took a buttload of healing potions.
It was a lot of damage. He was bleeding a lot from the eyes. It was worrying. But then he was there. Yeah, he was alright again.
And we descended into the pit, as it were.
Before that, you did, while also putting the mirror back together, which is its own attachable thing, you were able to join it into this device known as the Glass of Atonement, which is the other thing you did, and that's what led to that moment from happening. But yes, with the Glass of Atonement, you entered, using the key that you had got from the coffin upstairs. You then used it to open the vault, protected by a prismatic force field, and then yes, you entered a vast chamber.
We destroyed the coffin. Well,
Yes,
we
you
did
did,
actually.
yes.
We made sure to do that because we are aware that vampires can return to their coffins and generate themselves.
smashed it.
So we destroyed that. And yes, we went through the magic door down into the pit, where there was a big old mirror system with shining light. rebounding all the way down into what looked like an endless, bottomless pit that was the way into the hollow descent.
Yes.
Just as we were getting far enough down, we heard the sound of something approaching. And a night spawn dropped and descended upon us.
That's right. And then another. And
Another.
to recap the battle very quickly, Obsidian at one point had his mind dominated and was encouraged to take a leap into the darkness, and but was able to recover himself by summoning a wyvern in the nick of time, an undead wyvern, and Silaster and Ansel, as I recall, have pretty much held the line during this time. I believe Ansel was responsible for taking out both of the Night Spawn that you have currently been felled. However,
3 for 3 on Night Spawn kills.
That's right. However, more then began to appear as well, which is problematic to say the least. They are incredibly powerful dark entities in service to Redhaven. And as we left it, as Obsidian was rising back up from the pit, one of them pointed at Silaster and successfully managed to begin boiling his blood.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
But there's like a brief lull in the battle where the three of you take one deep breath. There is a moment's pause in the clashing before you then are thrust into another round of combat. However, before we do so, as is tradition, the strangers have leveled up, and it is our tradition that we level up between sessions. And I decided that it would be quite cool, quite cinematic, if they draw in a deep breath and lean into everything that they've learned so far and come back swinging for the next round of combat. So we're going to roll health on the recording stream as usual. And I think it's probably best to just go in the initiative order, which is oddly the order that I see the three of you in. So Silaster, if you'd like to make your HP roll first.
The bare minimum I could get.
Oh my goodness. It's because your blood's being boiled at the time of this...
It's okay, it takes me to the next digit. It takes me to 110 on the dot.
Okay, well, that's good.
Right.
That's good, yep.
My God. I'm nowhere near breaking the 100 mark. I don't know how you've both got such high hit points.
I started off on a much higher...
you had a higher hit dice to begin with, didn't you?
Yeah.
Obsidian, you're next on the list.
You will see.
The list, so yeah, if you wouldn't mind giving that a roll.
Being a caster, my hit die is a bit lower, but not as low as all casters. So,
yes, yeah.
Here we go.
Also, as low as you could get.
As low as I can get. Grand. Lovely. I'll take
what's
that.
your... Well, Silas is 110, just out of curiosity. Not that it matters, but...
Now, 89.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say, like... I thought you were going to say way lower than that. Okay.
50.
Yeah.
No, still, I mean, I have got 2... I've got +2 in con.
Yeah. And you've got all that damage reduction.
And I made sure...
Yeah, that's true.
...that my con is on an odd number and everything else is on an even number now, so that my next time I get an ability score increase, it will up my con by 1, which is going to give me a big old boost to hit points, because that gives you, like, back pay.
Back pay.
Yeah.
That is what
they've worked out your P60 at last, yeah. Okay, and finally Ansel.
Oh, say 3. What's wrong with
my god.
True to form.
What's with roll 20 today?
And out of curiosity then, Ansel, go on then. What does that put you
That takes me to 104.
Oh, okay, again. So, like, that's, you know... That's alright, isn't it? That's okay. Okay.
That's what I was on before. Look at that.
Oh, there we are. Okay then. Well, let's look to it then. So we return to the strangers, and bam, bam, two Night Spawn join the third that stands there facing you. It's Lance couched in position. And that is where we return to battle. Now, whether it be luck, whether it be the gods smiling down upon Silaster and Ansel, you are not standing directly opposite the Night Spawn that now acts, which means he is unable to use his most deadly ability, which is his charge. But while he can't mechanically charge, he does dash forward. And he can just reach you. So he rushes at you, Ansel, and he swings that vicious blood lance at you. What is your armor class?
A mere 17, but he is at -2 damage, I think.
Yes, he is. So he is shaken, and this one was just...
Is he shaken?
Oh, no, sorry, that was the other one that got hit. Sorry, no, that isn't him.
No, it's because he's got the shade next to him. That's the only reduction he's got.
Fine, then, yeah, okay. Well, that is actually a 2 on the die, so he swings hard for you, Ansel, but there's something about him, his charge, that, I don't know, telegraphs it. How do you block, parry, defend yourself?
I think in the confusion, initially he's going for Ansel and then the shade catches his eye and it just causes him to doubt that he's swinging for the right thing. And he misses due to that.
He misses.
Gives Ansel a second to...
His weapon actually catches the side of the corpse of his comrade, and it clatters over the edge, which makes him easier to spot on the battlefield. That was him. Okay, this one. Ooh, what is that one going to do? Okay, this one, which is in the middle, is going to point that deadly lance directly at you, Obsidian. You're aloft on top of your undead wyvern.
Surely am.
I'm going to ask you to do a fortitude saving throw, please.
It's just going to be a fortitude saving throw. Unfortunately, I've used my constitution in place of for the day. Sleep, stun, paralysis, poison, or disease. Just any of those.
None of these, unfortunately.
None of those, which means I shall likely fail, but I'll do my best. That's a 10. That's a fail.
Oh, that's another 3 though. That's a little bit worrying.
3 is the magic number for failure, as you are also struck by the same terrible power that courses through Silaster's veins, sadly, as your blood is set aflame.
Ah, yes. The old burning blood thing.
So, that's 14 points of fire damage. And that is going to continue for a number of rounds, which I will tally on your thing, so I will keep track of that.
Bring it on.
That one has acted. This one is going to just go... He can't reach you, but he's going to start running around the outside, and his dash, his double movement, gets him to there. You see him like anime running, like blade out behind him, like dang, 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 like running around the rim of this terrible basin that you do battle him. And that is the Night Spawn's turn. We return to Now, because I realise the damage should have been done on your turn, actually, I think. So we will do the boiling blood. Oh no, I'm so sorry. We're going to do it on your turn, but before we do it, you get a fortitude saving throw. So please do a fortitude saving throw first of all, please.
Okay. There we go. No longer a 3. 28.
What power do you draw upon that cools the burning blood as you stop the effect with an excellent fortitude saving throw?
It's the same surge that is just, hit all of us. That kind of... whatever that morale boost was, where we all kind of went, Obsidian's alive, 2 of them are down, we got this. That morale boost also just shook off and just sort of numbed the effect.
Incredible. And it's now your turn. You're free to act fully.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be rather... I'm going to take a free 5-foot step. No, I'm not. I'm going to use a swift action to activate my anklets of translocation, which puts me there, which is a 10-foot hop. So my Child of Shadow is now flickering around. But then I will spend a full round refreshing my maneuvers.
Oh, well, listen, better now than later. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you go into that practiced maneuver or action of refreshing your maneuvers, centering yourself, ice, cold, snow within your mind's eye, cooling that fire within you. That's Silas's turn. Obsidian, you are aloft on your undead wyvern steed. What do you do?
Amazing. Well, I'll move the wyvern. I'll take my turn first, actually, because I think it's probably for the best. As the wyvern is flying towards the sort of edge here and going to hopefully just pop me down.
Yes.
I raise my hand up into the air, I open my hand, and I say, "Cower before me." And I will attempt a rebuke. And I'm pretty sure I don't have a chance of getting more than one of them, so it'll probably be this one as he's closest to me.
Okay, so that one there, you're going to
I don't know, of course, but because it's based on hit die, but I believe there's no way I'm going to have enough hit die to turn any more than that, but we can try.
Okay.
So my turn check. Oh dear. 21, which is just one shy of the maximum level, cleric's level plus 4, so it's cleric's level plus 3, and I turn 4 levels higher, and I'm now level 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, so 17, 18, 19, 20, so 20 hit dice.
Even with a powerful
can be turned.
Even with powerful turn resistance on the Night Spawn, it is not enough to resist the rebuke that you bestow upon it. What is it like as from the back of an undead wyvern you rebuke this thing from on high? Glory.
Again, I mean, it's just a bright... To the living, it's just a bright green light. Undead see more than that. But yeah, to the living, just to the room at large, it looks like a bright green light bursts from his hand. But it doesn't quite manage to take this guy. Bloody turn resistance.
It goes...
Because there's no way it has more than 20 hit dice. Because that would just be pure, unadulterated evil, Rob.
No, they do not. But they are all very powerful and have got turn resistance. But yes,
turn resistance is a bit of a bugger. But that's okay. We can try again.
It gives out a fell shriek as it cowers in the shadow of the wings of your beating wings, rather. He says something rude then. Everything else on your turn, Obsidian?
Well, my undead wyvern will... actually, it's going to do a turn in the air and fly me up there.
Nice.
Whereas it has movement. Because I want to be near one of those mirrors. And now I can't actually re-grab myself. But yeah, I just... The laws of physics mean that I immediately slide off the top of it and land in front of it, it would seem, just so that I can grab my character. But that's me.
And next turn, you'll be doing a fortitude save to see if you can resist the power that is burning within you. But that's next turn. With that, we move to Ansel. This night spawn has charged you. You dodged its attack, and then suddenly this power from above rebukes it. What do you do?
So, does that mean it's cowering?
It is cowering, and it can't do anything but cower in awe. I do believe, and Matt will have to confirm this, I believe you get a bonus to attacking it now that it's rebuked.
Well,
The
what I
rebuke
might
didn't
do...
work.
No, it did.
The rebuke didn't work.
No, you said it did.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I stressed how effective it was. Were you not
I'm so
listening to
sorry. I
me?
thought you said, despite how powerful it was, it didn't work. You meant, despite how powerful he is, it did work.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
in my head,
You took it as the opposite.
And I was
You
like,
see,
even with turn
I'm so
resistance,
used
he
to,
wasn't able
like,
to do it.
just-
I did wonder. I thought your celebration was a
I'm
bit
so
muted.
sorry, man. I'm so no, that's amazing. That's really good news. So much self-doubt. I'd already failed before I began.
Yes.
That's awesome. I had no idea. Genuinely didn't realize it worked. That's why I was like, bloody curse.
Such
bloody
as
turn
obsidian
resistance.
self-confidence has been knocked so badly.
Yeah, man.
No,
he just
is
stands
rebuked.
where he is.
He's already started pissing
attack
himself.
Attack rolls against him get a +2 bonus, and he's cowering as if in awe. He is in awe of me. You owe me.
There we go. So with that then, yes, he is rebuked, as we said though, and it's a plus, what, sorry, did you say, just so I can try and remember it?
2.
+2. And there you go, Ansel, you got +2 to
+2.
attack him if you choose to.
Well, I think in this situation that wouldn't be the right thing to do because we've got another one up our arse. So I'm going to turn around and move towards that one.
Very good. Yeah,
So
you're
I
able
don't want
to.
it to hurt
You
me.
rush him.
The shade comes with.
Yep.
Yep, so I will extend out the claws of one hand and I will perform, hopefully, a slashing attack.
Okay.
15 on its touch, that's an awful roll.
Unfortunately, not good
Reject
enough,
that.
even for its touch. As you learned before, that touch is pretty damn high, actually. You charge forth, and there's a ping as his blade of blood, his blood lance rather, parries the strike. Anything else on your turn?
Not to worry. No, I'll end my turn there.
Very good. We are back to the top of the round, and the this one is rebuked, and it gives out like a shriek of pain as it writhes under that power. So that's all it does. It spends its turn cowering. 9 turns remain. The other night spawn, this one over here, is going to. How high, and it's okay if you don't know fully, Obsidian, you can just tell me now, how high are you flying with the Wyvern, just so I'm aware?
Oh, it's literally come up level with the ground because I'm jumping. I want to jump off its back, so it's virtually.
Okay.
It's kind of hovering itself, but it's virtually landed.
What he will do then, he can't reach you with his movement, so what he will do then, he will dash just to threaten you. And the Wyvern, so he will rush to there to try and meet the Wyvern as it sweeps low to drop you off. That's its turn there, and it is now this night spawn here. The one that Ansel just took a swing for, and it's going to return a full round of attacks.
Yeah, at least it's not charged.
It's not charged, no, so that is 21 to hit first,
Yeah, that's a big old hit.
and more than that for the second. So 2 vicious slashing attacks sing down upon you, Ansel. 4. Oh, that was bad. 11 points of slashing for the first. 13 for the second. So slash, just brings two vicious slices down upon you. And it's not a full round of attack. That's all it will do. It is now Silaster's turn. I just remembered as well, Silaster, I believe you hasted. I don't know if you still have that still on your
Yes,
details.
I've been... Yeah,
Cool.
it's just the last turn.
Just reminding you. Okay, cool. So we're back to Silaster then. What do you do?
Silaster is going to run in here. He sees the other one's been cowering. He sees Ansel's gone over there. Just want to leave Ansel on his lonesome. So he's going to run in and will attempt a greater insightful strike.
Nice. As it's occupied dueling with Ansel on the edge of the precipice, you rush in. What happens? Let's see.
25.
You just lance in, and a lance rises up to meet you and just knocks your attack aside, Silaster.
That's it.
That's it. You're no longer boiling with blood. That means we move to Obsidian. And speaking of that terrible power, please make a fortitude saving throw, please, Obsidian, as that power continues to burn away.
Got one more than last time.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Further fire damage begins to rack you to your core. 10, 11, 12 points of fire damage, Obsidian. But you can act normally.
Ouch.
It's just that you take that damage at the start of your turn. That's going to continue for a little while, as you remember with Silaster's suffering last time. It's your turn. What do you do?
Well, I think that my wyvern is going to okay.
I know how many attacks they get.
Yeah, they only get one attack. That's fine. That doesn't matter. Not a problem because
because he's undead, right? Gotcha.
It's a zombie. It gets single actions only. That's yeah. So it's going to attempt. I mean, is it worth even trying? Nah, it's really not worth trying. Because if I... Right. Let's try for some synergy. I will go first, then, before the wyvern, because I want to try and do this. Where is it? It's there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hadn't quite anticipated I was going to do that. Just typed in halt undead. I will take a 5-foot step. Not that makes a massive difference because I believe I'm still in his range. But I will cast defensively, which is 15 plus the level of the spell concentration, I believe. 18, so DC 18. And I have concentration of 17. So I'm just going to roll a d20. If I roll more than a 1, I'm fine.
Yes.
I roll a 16, I'm fine. I cast defensively, so no attack of opportunity from him. Can he please do a will save? DC... No, forget it. Not going to do that. I'm just going to fire a different spell. I fire off a touch spell. It's on his touch armor class. It's so not worth it.
Okay.
It's just range touch.
Okay, make your
cast. It doesn't change my casting defensively anyway.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
On his touch armor class. It's a 12.
Ducks beneath the spell as he
I figured he might. Never mind.
moves to attack you. Yeah.
Right. That was a massive, epic failure. The wyvern will, I guess, will attempt a slam.
Okay.
On
roll
his
it up.
normal armor class. 31 on his
That
normal.
is a hit. That is a hit.
It's a bit more like it. Will a d6 of cold damage do them any damage at all? Is it even possible?
No, because they have resistance
No, I didn't think it was.
of
Yeah, I thought they
cold
might.
higher
That's
than
fine.
what a d6 can do, so yes.
That's
But it does
fine.
make it
So-
magical, which does mean it won't take any damage reduction off the rest of the damage. So,
Takes 20 points of damage
great.
from the slam attack
That's really good. Yeah, you slam into him with the wyvern then. Excellent work.
of the wyvern. And that is my turn because I wasted the spell with a shit roll.
It
As
is,
you were.
it is the way of things, and as fate does not smile upon Obsidian, we move over to Ansel, and let's see if it smiles upon him. What do you do?
So Ansel is going to attempt to strike twice.
Okay. Like lightning.
Just like lightning, and hopefully like lightning. You know, it'll pretty commonly hit twice.
Commonly.
Common.
Commonly.
It's pretty usual. 16.
Fang parries you first.
It's -2 because of the shade, if that affects it. May not.
It does not, unfortunately. It's still able to parry.
That is a real shame. But not the end of the world, because there's another one coming.
Another one comes in, slips beneath his guard. Let's see if it hits.
Also 16.
Just parries the same. Just bang, bang. You're making him look like a badass, Ansel. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm rolling the same number over and over.
That'll do it.
Just for fun. But because I did a full round attack.
The rolls are not in any of our favour today, mate. Keep the faith. It will improve.
He needs to do a DC 23 will save or be shaken.
He is
Because
shaken.
of
He
my
is
dreadful
shaken as your dreadful
Sweet.
wrath falls upon him. I will point out that we said you were going to strike twice and you rolled 16 twice. So how's that for fate frowning on you? Yes, he is
Bloody fate.
shaken.
And I'll follow that up with a curse because I don't want him to hit me again, really.
Okay.
So we'll save DC 21.
Beats that, unfortunately.
He's at -4 to saves. I don't know if that. Again,
he is, isn't he? He is. That's a failure. He is bitten by the curse of the Sickle Moons.
Sweet.
So that is cursed and shaken. It begins. As it always
So it
does.
begins. Try and hit me now. Probably will.
Yes, anything else on your turn, Ansel?
No, that's all.
This
Just
one.
out of curiosity, what is he minus at the moment on what?
He's -4 to attacks, -6 to saves, -4 to skill checks and checks of any kind, -2 to weapon damage, and -2 to AC.
-6 to saves. That's what we wanted to hear. Thank you.
No worries.
Yep. And as misery is abundant in the battle, for the Night Spawn continues to writhe in its rebuked state. This one that has been smashed by the wyvern is going to take its free 5-foot step in the acrobatic attempt of leaping and kicking off the wall as it lunges in for you, Obsidian, with a full round of attacks. And it soars down that terrible blade, aiming straight at your masked face. What is your armor class?
Armor class currently is that will have worn off. So 21.
First strike smashes into you, unfortunately, Obsidian. Slashy damage ripping through your defenses. Second attack goes wide. He's obviously knocked you back. And his second attack just whiffs through the air. Meaning
Love it.
you take 14 points of slashing damage, minus whatever you minus.
14.
Yep.
We're getting similar numbers. Is his lance? Is he hitting me with a lance or a sword? Or
So he hit you with the slashing part because it's both, as you'll recall, greatsword and lance. It's got like that slashing edge on the side. I think you get both, don't you? So
is it
slashing damage?
Is it not magical? Is it a magical weapon?
It is a magical weapon. Yes.
In which case, I don't get damage reduction.
Oh, of course. Yes. Damn. Yes. Sorry. Right, with that then, that was his full attacks. We shoot over to the one that has been shaken and cursed. And he will strike out at Silaster this time with -4 to his attacks. AC, Silaster.
26.
That is a miss. And the second. That is also a miss. How do you parry dodge these attacks?
Oh, I've got a little boost because of haste, so I'm jacked with a lot of caffeine in me at the moment, so I'm just like, yes! Everything's just a little bit slower as I just move around it and dart around it.
Which brings us immediately back to your turn as well, Silaster.
I mean, it would be a shame not to use a full round of attacks, just this once, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Ooh.
Punch number 1.
Punch number 1.
Possibly a fumble.
Possibly a fumble.
20, that's a fumble.
That is a fumble. 1 and a 2 on the die. My god, let me bring up the table.
Testes.
Now, do we, assuming it's not an incapacitating one,
Yes.
and worryingly, I've got an ally in range, so I hope.
Yeah, oh yeah, all things. You've got an ally in range, there's a cliff to your right-hand side that plunges 100 feet into the next level. Like anything can happen right now.
Oh, the dice are not in our favour.
D100.
No, this has not started out well.
This has gone really badly.
62.
Okay, for the critical fumbles, here we are, 62.
Right there in the middle. Interesting.
I'm afraid it's going to have to be a reroll because that is shield tangled. I think we can agree that probably needs a reroll, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Is not applicable.
12.
Hey, listen up. DC 20 dexterity check or fall prone. It is probably the most blissful thing you could have rolled, to be honest. DC 20 dex. It's just dex, not reflex. Dex.
Or dex, yeah. 16.
Even with your immense dexterity, you tumble to the ground and hit the deck. You are prone. Thankfully, not stunned for D4 rounds had you rolled a little higher on that table, which would have been lethal.
Yes.
So, as you hit the deck, you lose the rest of your turn, unfortunately, Silaster. And with that, our vision moves over across the void back to Obsidian, who has just been struck. What do you do as you reel back from the strike?
The mirror behind me, Rob. Is it like on a turn thing? Is it movable? Does it look movable?
So you remember making the observation when you entered the room that it appears to be affixed with adamantine. It doesn't appear to be movable.
Damn. As I was thinking, it might be aimable a little bit.
No.
That's a shame. Okay.
You can give me a knowledge religion check, however.
Sure, that's recently improved. Oh no, that's my door.
That's all right.
That's a 24. Can you give me 2 seconds? I'm so sorry.
That's all right. We'll delay your turn. So, as Obsidian dwells on his thoughts, we will come back to his turn. We move over to Ansel.
Yes, so I'm going to once again attempt to swing twice with the claws. Hopefully this time I'll get more than a 16.
Okay, make your attacks.
29.
It's a hit on his touch armor class easily.
And the second attack is a miss.
Even with the -2 to his armor class, or is it -4? Sorry, or is that just because?
I think on his armor class it's only -2. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is sadly the second one is a miss, but the first one is easily a hit.
So that is 25 points of damage.
Oh, excellent! Yes, it gives out a shriek as you slice into him. Anything else on your turn?
No, I don't think so.
Fantastic. We return back to Obsidian. Did you make your religion check?
I did. It was 24.
Yeah, well, listen, it's an easy check. You know that these things are here to channel light both up, down into the hollow descent and back up it in the plan that you've learned that Derek is trying to enact. You can see that there is daylight shimmering from mirror to mirror currently.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was hoping it might be. It might be slightly aimable. Yeah, indeed they are. Right. I want to.
Yeah, he's on you. So.
Okay, so I want my wyvern. So it's going to grab me.
Nice.
In its claws.
Yeah.
As it starts flying over that way.
Okay. Interesting.
Which means that the guy can have an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, and technically it's because it's leaving your threat range.
It or me, I suppose, because we both are.
Yeah, but it is it doing the work, so I think it's probably only right as it's doing. It's like its massive shape is crouched over and picked you up. So I will make him go for the wyvern with.
Well, it kind of did. I never
opportunity.
really said that I jumped off its back, so it's kind of a whether I have to balance on it and ride or whatever. But
right,
I know I'd moved myself just for ease of moving my token, but.
He makes his attack of opportunity against the wyvern. That is a 23 to hit.
Sorry, I should have given you his armor class. His armor class is an extra 2 on that, so it's a 22 armor class. So close. It got him. Got him by 1.
Yeah, so this one hasn't got any minuses or negatives on him, so he easily hits, and he slices at the undead wyvern with slashing damage, so that'll obviously be... Oh no, it's got a magic weapon, isn't he? So, never mind. That is 15 points of slashing damage against the wyvern.
Slashing overcomes its damage reduction, so it takes all of that, but it doesn't even flinch.
Magic weapon anyway, so
barely any. Magic doesn't overcome its damage reduction.
Cool.
Only slashing does, but slashing does, so it doesn't matter.
Well, there we go.
Either way, but then we will fly. How far can it fly? It fly 60 feet, so it can literally fly.
Away, yeah.
It can fly all the way to there with the pair of us.
Whoosh.
Home, which means that as the wyvern's movement comes to an end, I hold out a hand. As I'm grabbed by the shoulders, I just fly towards this guy, and I cast a spell because I know that he's on -6 to his saves. Can he please do a will save? DC 22.
No, he cannot. He fails.
Okay, I have cast Command Undead. He is now our friend. Proceeds your words and actions in the most favourable way. Treat his attitude as friendly. Will not attack you while the spell lasts. You can try to give the subject orders, but you must win an opposed charisma check. So, can I just yell, "Stop attacking my friends," as my spoken...
Yes. So does he get another
because
save?
I do recognise.
Or is that because
no? It's an opposed charisma.
Yeah, opposed charisma. Sorry. Wow. That's
so anything that. So treat its attitude as friendly. You can try to give the subject orders, but you must win an opposed charisma check to convince it to do anything it wouldn't ordinarily do.
Okay.
It is favourable towards me. Obviously, these guys are my team, but. I know the wording of the spell, it doesn't have to stop attacking them, only me. So we will... Yeah, opposed charisma.
I'm going to roll it publicly. I don't mind telling you what it has.
24 on my charisma.
Due to the fact that it has a bonus, it is a vampire, so it gets inherent bonuses to things. It has a +5 to charisma. What does it have to beat, sorry? Oh, it's opposed
24.
against yours. Oh, okay.
opposed charisma against my charisma roll, and I got a 24.
Yeah, I'm going to roll this publicly. Absolutely.
It is just straight charisma, though, so it's not like a save or anything. It's just,
Yeah, straight charisma. Yeah. Fails. Yep. He is.
It is now friendly to all of us. Doesn't want to attack. It's not going to attack you guys. And in the next round, obviously, I don't want to. Can't give it any more orders because that's the end of my turn. But in the next round, I will try to order it to attack one of its teammates.
Incredible. So you rush over and command him, and he must obey. With that, then our vision moves to Ansel. What do you do?
Well, there's no point attacking that one right now, is there?
Very much a shared victory there, Ansel. That wouldn't have worked without all of your nerfing, so high five. Stranger 5.
I will go back to the cowering one and just start laying into him.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
gonna-
You get a bonus to strike him. +2.
Excellent. And he's -2 because the shade is with me as well.
Okay.
30 to hit.
Yeah, smash into him immediately with that one.
Great. So he takes not very much damage. 17 points of damage, magical damage.
Yep. Shriek as you start just
Keep going,
lashing
guys. I just
into him.
need to resolve what was at the door.
That's okay. So yeah, you begin just carving into him. Anything else on your turn, Ansel?
No, that'll do me, I think.
Very good. So with that then, we are back to the top of the round, and the rebuked vampire takes another thing on his tally as he screams out in pain. We move to the night spawn that has been abandoned on this side of the arena. And he's going to rush. He can't reach any of you with his movement. So he is just going to jump down and put himself there to threaten. So that's his turn, and then the one that is commanded, Obsidian told him not to attack his friends. So that's what he will do. I don't know if that means he can do anything else. But even if it did, I don't think it would benefit you for him to move away from you, so he will stay exactly where he is, meaning it is now Silasta's turn.
Well, as a swift action, I'll use my boots of agile leaping to stand from prone.
Yeah, absolutely.
No issue there. Then
Yes.
I will move with my haste, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now, I want to tumble through both of them, and hopefully not provoke an attack of opportunity, to get to here, so I'm in a flanking position. He is cowering, so that technically means... But he's still someone I'm moving through. So technically, I think the DC's 27 to tumble through both of them.
All he can do is cower, so he can't threaten you for purposes of attacks of opportunity, so it would be just moving through one. He can't do anything but
So
cower, so...
25, in which case I don't need to roll because my tumble is 25.
So you rush and roll and continue on your merry way.
I jump through, I get into a nice flanking position, and I'm going to mountain hammer in the back of the head.
Yeah, you leap up and bring it down hard. Let's go.
34.
Oh my goodness, that is a hit. This is the one that's just arrived that you're striking, is that right?
No, the one that's cowering. The
one that's
Ansel
cowering.
whacked.
Gotcha, sorry. Yeah, so that is a hit against the cowering one.
And this will bypass any damage reduction.
Yes.
All the usual fun and joys. So that is 27 points of damage.
Okay. It's good. I mean, it gives like a feral shriek as you just smash down on him. You hear like the crunch as his armor breaks away. Great parts of the armor now fracturing and falling off him with that direct attack, bypassing armor and damage reduction and the like. Anything else on your turn, Silaster?
No.
Okay, fantastic. That was Silaster. Obsidian.
From where I am, I will just aim at. I'm gonna go for the one that's been more of a chance of hitting it. Yeah, I think we need to focus on eradicating the one that's actually eradicatable and a higher chance. So I'm going to go for the one that I have rebuked.
It cowers still.
So I will add a +2 to my attack. And I aim another ray at it. So this is on its touch armor class.
Okay.
31.
It could barely be better.
I wish I'd aimed at the other one.
Yes. Regardless,
That
it
is
slams
Gondor.
through its defenses and an immediate hit. What happens?
I fire one greater disrupt undead. It takes 44 points of positive energy damage as the air is filled with the smell of, I don't know, blossoms and nice things. My wife's perfume.
It is super effective. As you wipe it from the face of the hollow descent. What is it like, Obsidian, as you send it screaming into the void?
I think so it's positive energy, and it just looks, it just looks like its armor is filled with sunlight from inside.
Yes.
And the sunlight just bursts out of it as it kind of, and then the armor just sort of disintegrates and almost explodes outwards as it just turns to a pile of dust.
Incredible. Anything else on your turn?
I have moved the wyvern. It has done a big circle because its flight is not particularly good. That is where it can get to in a turn. And yeah, that's me.
I've just realised I need you to do a fortitude saving throw. Sorry, Obsidian.
You do.
The one that cast
Yeah.
on you is the only is alive still.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Did I do it last time? Have I missed one?
No, no, you haven't missed one. I don't think. I think I asked you to do it last time. If not, it doesn't matter.
25.
That's my fault. And unfortunately, you are just shy of throwing that power off. Sadly,
that's rough. I need to roll.
Yeah, it's bad.
Incredibly well. Okay,
7,
that's
8,
fine.
9, 10, 11, 12 points of fire damage, Obsidian.
Well, that makes the number easy to get. Nice. Ow. Taking so much damage.
Yeah.
I'm fine though. Not to worry.
With that, then we move to Ansel. Ansel, you watch as one of them is just blasted with positive energy from Obsidian. What do you do?
Ansel turns to the other one and extends his claws
Okay.
and starts swinging. 19 on its touch. Shit.
19 on his touch. Is the shade nearby?
It is -2 because of the shade, yeah.
So that means that is a hit against him.
That's lucky. 18.
That is a miss.
Oh, bollocks. Can't get both hits. Never mind. 18. That's 3 ones. 18 points of damage. And he'll need to do a DC 23 will save or be shaken.
He is shaken.
Excellent.
Yeah, you strike, and the momentum of it just like throws him up completely off his game. As the battle rages.
Awesome.
Anything else, Ansel?
No, I don't think I want to use another curse. I don't think we need it.
Rob, as it's their turn and it's free to talk, Can we say that I asked him to attack his friend? Because it's not a spell. It's just asking.
Oh yeah, of course.
Not
yeah.
an action or anything.
Right. So.
Would you mind awfully just attacking
Would
your
you mind
friend?
awfully doing this then? Yeah. So with this then,
Your
does
friend,
he get a save?
he's got it in for us, and we're good guys. So please stop him. It's just opposed charisma again.
Opposed charisma again. Okay. Well,
Yep.
we've got
Same again.
that lined
Anything
up
that
in the
is
thing.
against anything he wouldn't ordinarily do, just a straight charisma roll.
14 to beat.
Critical.
Attack the shit out of your friend. Kill him. Stomp him into the ground. He is
5,
evil.
10, 15,
No, I mean,
20,
he's
21,
good.
30,
Your Ray's
he
good.
just clears the gap immediately. Bam! And will just slam at him with his lance. That is a hit. That is 19 points of slashing. It gives a shriek as the two vampires in armor begin their own fierce duel in the middle of its duel with you. Anything else on your... Oh no, that was its turn, wasn't it? Yep, so he is... Okay, cool. This one has been hit and is shaken. I wonder. In for a penny, in for a pound, he's going to look at you, Obsidian, and he's going to say, "Release him." Please make a will save as he casts Dominate Person to try and make you drop your spell. Please.
Very wise. Very wise.
Yes, will save, please.
$16.
You immediately go, okay.
Okay.
The spell drops.
I'm not sure I can drop the spell. I don't think it's a spell I can drop, but I can tell him.
Oh, that's a good point. Well,
Stop
it's
attacking his friend.
It's stop the spell. You can drop the spell, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know how you can tell if a spell is dismissible or not. There is a way.
Well, it's command
According to the
undead,
figure.
and as so you would say, then I release you, then because you are releasing him.
I release him.
It's a command-based spell, so he
and I am now once again all mind dominated and shit.
Yes, your
Guys.
mind is now his. Yes.
Would that happen though on Obsidian's turn?
So well.
Oh yeah, it would happen on my turn.
It would happen on
I can't
his
do
turn.
anything.
Yeah, but I mean,
I
the other
respond
one
with,
has already
"Sorry,
acted anyway.
not
But
my
sure.
turn."
Yeah. Sorry, it's not my turn. Okay. Regardless, it is now Silas's turn.
I only ask because I can now get the flanking benefit using that. The big guy.
I understand.
So
Yeah. So for now, you will have that flanking benefit. Absolute more.
this he still appears to be on our side. As I step in, and then I shall, with a flank, go for a full round of attacks.
Yes.
24. Bad roll.
That is a bad roll. He's got -2 because of the shade. Has he got any other penalties on him?
Not to his AC, no.
No, so that will be a miss then.
26.
But the other
Yep.
one is a hit. Yeah,
And the third hit, 27, so 29 with the shades thing.
is a hit. Yeah. So
two
two of
hits.
those land excellently.
Let's see. 35 points of damage from 2 wallops.
Hang about, hang about. He lingers still. As you lay
That's
into
okay.
him, Silaster, like again, broken bits of armor fall away into the darkness, and like he slammed his great weapon into the earth, holding himself up, but he still continues. Anything else?
That is it.
Obsidian, you obey the Nightspawn's command. And release him.
I release his body.
Yes. And that's all you do. Ansel, it is your turn.
I'm going to strike the one directly to the south of me that Silaster just hit. My first hit. 19 on his touch.
19 with a -2 is a hit against his touch.
Great. He takes 26 points of damage.
This is the one that is that's just been released from the spell. Is that right? That's the one you're going for, isn't it?
This one.
Oh, you're going.
No,
for
the one that I was playing.
The one that, yeah, that's good. Okay.
One that's taken all the damage.
One that's taken all the damage.
Yeah, is he dead?
And also is controlling me currently.
So he goes, release him, and then Ansel, you just come in, and Silaster smashes him, and then you follow up for the killing strike. What happens as you slay the Nightspawn?
I think Silaster smacks him right in like the small of his back, which like launches him up and shows like a weak point, and Ansel just stabs up through his face with his claws.
And his head comes away as he topples backwards into the darkness.
Can I then swing around onto the other one?
Absolutely,
my
you
second
can.
attack.
Yeah, second attack.
19 on its touch as well.
With the shade is a hit. You like to play it close to the edge,
Yes.
don't you, Ansel? Giving them a fair
He lives
shot.
on the edge.
Yeah,
That's-
he does.
That's how he works.
He built a house on the edge.
31. Oh, nice. 31 points of damage.
Incredible. This one is badly injured, but it's not enough to kill him regardless, but still excellent amount of damage there as you continue your volley of attacks into this one, who has just been dropped from a spell and then immediately gets pummeled by you. That's your turn, Ansel, I believe, with a full round of attacks?
Indeed.
That is the other Nightspawn gone. Only one remains. He is terribly injured, and he's seen that Obsidian has been released from the Dominate person. I think he doesn't have presence of mind to try and attempt that again. He's going to... he's just been attacked by Ansel. I think it just makes sense that he will try and defend himself by attacking Ansel back. It's just the way it is. AC.
17, but he is -4 to attacks.
Yes, he is -4 to attacks, which means he gets 17. You just evade the first strike.
Living on the edge.
Second one hits, unfortunately, but yeah, you duck out of the way, but the other one catches you in the side, dealing... Oh my god, that's Snake Eyes. For 10 points of slashing damage.
Which is reduced to 6 due to the shade and my damage reduction.
No.
Okay. Right. That was his turn because he did a full round of attacks. Silaster.
Silaster will. No, I don't get any flanking anywhere. That's all right. I'm just going to run in and attempt an obscuring shadow veil. Shadow blades on hands. Let's see what he's got. 34 to hit.
34 is a
Like it.
colossal hit. Yes.
42 points of damage.
What is it like, Silaster, as you finish the fight?
Yes. He was so distracted with Ansel and hitting back at him that Silaster was able to get underneath and kind of mimic what Ansel did earlier and drive 2 shadow blades through, seeing it worked before, it'll work for him, and got under his defences and...
And again, this one tumbles away into the darkness, never to be seen again. Congratulations, the strangers are triumphant against the Nightspawn.
Whew.
Silence falls 100%. Congratulations.
I'm going to take a potion of cure serious wounds.
I'm going to, as my wyvern will disintegrate beneath me, step down to the floor and spend 5 minutes just healing myself.
Very good. Trick.
I didn't take any damage in that second part.
Wow. Oh, in the second part, right? Gotcha. Yeah.
The first part I took a lot, but with the healing that we got from the level up,
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh, did I take anything else from the?
Oh, that's a
Fire
good
and
point.
blood.
When did you
Blood again
die?
thing, did
It would have been on your turn. No, because that one had cast it on you. So I'm just going to say that the spell stopped because of that. So no, you don't take any further damage.
Well, I can spend 5 minutes and it will get
You'll
me back
just
up to
heal it
maximum
anyway,
health
yeah,
anyway,
so it's
and it
fine,
wouldn't have done enough to kill me in that round if it was on average what it was doing before. So
Yeah,
we're good.
that's fine.
But still, nonetheless, ow.
Yes.
Fucking ow.
Wow.
That was all a bit squeaky bum, wasn't it, boys?
Yes.
Oh, I wasn't so close in the end.
Well, you almost fell to your death.
I almost fell to my death, and
That was an issue.
yeah, got dominated again and again. Oh, that's awful. That dominate thing. The annoying thing is, I think I might have like one of the better will saves. I don't know of the party because I'm a caster. I should have, right?
What's your will save?
10 plus 10.
Nope.
Oh, mine's better than that as well.
Has everyone got a better will save than me? How is that possible?
Okay, if
You're
I'm in a stance,
you're a
Wisdom,
charisma
isn't it?
caster. That's why.
Wisdom, yeah.
if I'm in a stance,
Oh, annoying,
mine
isn't it?
gets
But it's
17.
If
my
mine's against
God.
spells or spell-like abilities, mine's 19, so...
It should be based on
Very
charisma.
effective.
What does charisma do? What does charisma add to? Nothing.
Well, my charisma adds to all my saves in magical situations.
does
There's a
it?
feat called Force of Personality that replaces, I think it's Force of Personality, that puts Charisma instead of Wisdom on your will save.
That's going to wind me up, Michael, because I played as sorcerer for nigh on a decade, and I never knew that. So, what the hell?
I think it is. I think. But I only learned this
Very frustrating.
after the days of Valdane.
My bloody
okay.
will save should be better, especially against undead domination. Should be awesome, but it isn't. I keep getting dominated, and it's annoying.
Right.
Quite funny.
Right, down to the mirror.
Yes.
We just step off
Force
the
of
edge.
Personality, it's there.
Yes, you're all able to continue down the path, or as Obsidian does, just drops off the edge. You see that there is a vast door in front of you. There is a chamber that has kind of like a prism in it, not the prism, but a prism that channels the light beyond the door. Is there anything that you do whilst you're in this brief respite? Anything you plan, anything you prepare, anything you discuss?
Presumably this isn't the... We don't think we're going straight into...
5 chambers.
Ah, yes. That is a very good point.
And if I were Derek, I imagine I'd be in the 5th.
Yes.
You have sort of had a little hint that he would reside in the 5th, yes.
But
Oh, I believe we've lost Matt. Well, I tell you what. No, sorry, continue for a moment. Just let me bring a few things up.
well, I would get the impression this is it. I think this is the
final descent.
final descent. So I think I'm equipped. There's not we wouldn't have the time to wrap well.
It's not a safe space to rest, is it?
It's not.
You have at the time, you know that you have about... Well, when you entered the hollow descent in here, Ansel, because Ansel has that sort of feeling where he can kind of tell the time of the day, even though he's in the darkness or not outside, you can tell that you have about 23 hours. So...
Does that mean that we're in the phase of the moon where I get a bonus?
No. That will occur at the turn of the turn of midnight. There's nothing to say that you can't wait until after the event, but that also brings its own troubles, you imagine, with Darren very much wanting that to happen. So you don't. It's entirely, it's one of those.
If
you also don't know what awaits you beyond the door, like what will those 5 chambers cost you?
Indeed.
I don't know how easy it's going to be to fall back. I suppose it's down to Obsidian, really. If he feels he needs time to recuperate, this is it. This is the only buffer we have.
Yeah.
And we just about have that buffer.
Yeah.
You were touching yourself, so...
Ooh, it makes it sound worse.
Yeah.
I've been nudging myself. Silly.
So, as we were just discussing, Ansel has had that little instinct that he has. That sounds condescending. That little instinct. That instinct that he has that tells him
Ansel
sort of
tingle.
roughly what time of day it is. You know that you have 23 hours before the rise of the fugue moon. This is pretty much the point before you go into the 5 chambers that lead into the very heart of the Hollow Descent. And they were arguing the points of whether it would be better to rest or just power through.
Would a rest behoove you, Obsidian?
I thought you were talking about a rest to recover hit points there. I hadn't realised that's what you meant. So, I have got 3 level 6... No, 2... 1 level 6. I could do with a rest to get a bunch of health back. Again, normally I would say, nah, it's fine, because I never run out of my attacks that do normal damage, but against undead, I very much do, because they have to be spells. So a rest would be very beneficial. That said, I can carry on if you feel that it is prudent and we are so short on time that we really want to push through. I have enough at my disposal that, I can keep going.
We have 5 chambers. The thing is, we know where we are now, but we know they are 5 chambers, and I don't know how effective.
The other thing we have to bear in mind is that the 5 Nightspawn came here for a reason.
Yes.
Which is presumably that our presence has been noted, or at least if they've come down here for no reason and they don't return, that will be noted. So this isn't a safe place.
This is true.
Potentially.
My big bad spell, the one spell that does significant damage to undead, I can do 3 more times.
There's also the meat grinder.
4.
Depending on what we're facing.
4, 5 more times.
7, 8, 3, 4,
7, 8,
5.
5.
15,
I can do it.
15
more times.
more
No,
times.
to realise with bonus spells, I can cast 8, 6, 7, 8 third level spells, and I've cast it 3 times. So, yeah, 5 more times actually. It's not so bad.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
A bunch of second level,
some high,
and if you
level.
can lower things save wise, I can do the whole command and halt and all of that stuff still, because they're only second level. I've got a bunch of those. Yeah, we're good. Keep going.
A question, and this is just my own curiosity, because it might help you with your thoughts. Do you have your teleport, Ansel?
I think we used it.
It's either, because it's 1 per day, isn't it?
Yes.
So either it would have refreshed on the day, or it would come back after the rest. Either way, it'd be a one-way trip. Either one way out.
Is it on
or
an
one way back.
item?
Yeah.
If it's
So-
on an item, it'll just
so
naturally
then-
refresh on the day rather than rest, because obviously items don't rest.
Oh well, in that case, it's only recently just became midnight, as I mentioned. You have 23 hours, so in that case, then your item would have restored, so you have the single teleport. But again, it's a single teleport. It would mean
Yeah.
You'd have to take the long way back.
Yeah, it was about withdrawing, wasn't it? That was a
Yeah.
withdrawal situation, not a.
Then is it worth just continuing, knowing we have that contingency?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
all right.
Yeah,
then.
absolutely. Let's do it. Let's continue on.
Very well. Into the heart of the Hollow
No
Descent.
rest for the wicked. Let's do it.
Ooh. It's all gone black.
Yeah.
Right around there.
We're in a very small room.
Yeah, you are in quite a dark, claustrophobic space, but high above you can see the glimmering of the ethereal light that has been channeled all the way from on high by the Chimera chain. Yeah, before you is a single door, as you have got to the bottom of a particularly long staircase. Unfortunately, it's one of those cases where I ask, what do you do? And you really only have two options. No, that's not true. More than
Shall
two.
I?
What do you do?
Shall I sneak open the door and just pry a quick gander?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Have a
give
quick
us
look.
a move silently to open the door as quietly as possible, then, Celeste.
No, it's gone up. 26, keeping the nice and low roll consistent.
Another 3.
Another 3. Shp,
Oh.
shp. I
You
don't think
open-
there's anything there.
Open the door. There doesn't appear to be any movement behind the door. You do see a huge shape, a large stone and metal seal inlaid into the floor. There appears to be writing carved into it. On either side of the room, there are two portcullises that are that you can sort of see through. It is incredibly dark in there. Let me just bring up, first of all, something that's on this seal on the ground. Of course, my notes have closed. Yes, so you see that there are a number of carvings into the stone, but it's written in common, and it simply says, "Spill the blood of the foe. Through this seal, their life must flow." Can each of you give me a... Who of you's got dark vision? Ansel, you have dark vision, don't you?
Yeah.
You won't need to do a spot check. Do you have a dark vision, Silas?
I have low light vision.
All right. Well, I'll just describe it. There's no point making you roll. You'll see it and work it out eventually. Anyway, you see that there's these two portcullises on either side, the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the room. There is a heavy-set iron vault door that looks like the one from upstairs in front of you. The two portcullises are just that. They're heavy metal bars, and the light, this ethereal red light, and the light that shines from above is enough to sort of cast shadows on two figures that appear to be locked behind the portcullises. They appear to be quite short figures. At a glance, you would say that they are halflings. They stand sort of just on the cusp of where the light lands. Their silhouettes sort of like striped with the shadows of the bars.
Are they alive?
Well, they stand there, but they both stand there motionless.
Can I use detect magic and see if they are compelled, or I guess that would potentially tell me if they're if they've got a spell effect on them of some sort of dead rising, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You can do detect magic then. So I need to actually see if detect magic brings up something, which in itself is a clue, but that's fine. You do detect magic. You detect that there's some level of divine magic about both of them, but that's as far as you can tell what it is with your detect magic.
Ansel will relay this to the other two. They seem to be affected by some sort of divinity.
Divinity.
Yeah.
Sorry, the inscription said, let the blood of your foe...
Yeah, certainly. Spill the blood of the foe. Through this
Oh,
seal, their life must flow.
So, I'm assuming someone would need to be sacrificed.
Sacrifice?
Sacrifice?
I'm a sacrifice. But we don't have any foes. Not here.
I think it potentially implies who's behind these.
Potentially.
If I just shove Silaster and call him a dick.
And then cut it.
Does he now count as my foe? So, you're a dick.
It's on a day-to-day basis, isn't it?
Silaster, Mountain Hammer. Oh, fuck. I fucked up.
I bludgeon anyway, I don't think I need to.
As you're standing there on the left-hand side, so the one that you're closest to, Silaster and Obsidian, a voice comes from behind the bars, and he will simply say, "Release me, please. None of us shall escape."
Under no circumstances.
The voice is quite monotone.
Mm-hmm.
He simply says again, "Release me, please." In the
Can we
name-
do some sort of what's the skill?
Sense motive?
That's the one.
Yeah.
You guys
go
just
on.
count with your mega wisdom.
I haven't got mega wisdom.
I bloody can't.
12.
Do you know what, actually, Rob? What I will do is I'll cast Detect Undead, which I can just concentrate on and have it passed out in front of me for a while.
You do so. What were those sense motive checks? Was that 12 and 3?
It was.
Yes, it was.
Hold on. And 9.
No. You see, just obviously, you're not stupid. You know that this is a really weird situation. So I'm not going to say, "Oh, they're absolutely fine." Obviously, there's something unnerving and weird about this. But you don't glean anything about the person's intentions behind the bars. But he continues and says, "In the name of freedom, in the name of the rebellion, it is vital that I be set free. You must release me. You must release me before my foe is released instead.
It would help greatly if you started off by telling us who you are and speaking plainly, why should we release you? Do I detect any undead, Rob? Within the 60 feet of, basically 60 feet of me, I do a circle. Okay.
And that easily covers the entity in front of you. You do not detect undead. I do speak plainly. I wish to escape. I have been imprisoned. I seek to return to True Light and his forces to raise our banners against the tyrant.
Interesting. He must be very, very old.
But still, you do not tell us who you are.
I wish I could. I have tried to recall my name many times, but these days that I have been in here, it seems like everything within me has fallen away. If you do not release me, then you will not be able to pass.
What about the other portcullis?
You move to the portcullis. Yeah, there appears to be a similar figure in there, also a halfling, just staring sort of like menacingly in the dark. There's no sense motive low enough to say that there isn't. There is definitely something weird going on here for sure. Just stares at you until spoken to.
And who are you?
Why, I've quite forgotten, but I know who I serve, and I am
Who do
loyal.
you serve?
I am loyal to the Azamar. I am loyal to Zalax, ruler of our kind.
Are you an Azamar?
And for a second, the halfling's image flickers into a form much larger than it. And for a second, you see a hulking figure, purely muscled, and ragged looking. Mad eyes staring into yours for a second before turns back into the halfling. You can give me a spellcraft check if you have it, or knowledge arcana. No, actually, it would just be spellcraft, actually.
I can give you a spellcraft. 15.
25.
It's quite a hard check, sorry, Ansel. So unfortunately, you aren't quite. You get that something's not right. You get that this is obviously changing form in some way. You have experienced this before. However, you know of the foe, Grin, that you fought on several occasions, had a similar power. This is different, though. This is known simply as the magical ability Change Shape, which allows you pretty much to perfectly change shape into a different creature. These definitely aren't halflings. These appear to be from another place entirely.
From another plane.
From another plane, from another time. You know from the mural upstairs that Zalax was the tyrant that the True Light Rebellion rose up against in the Second Era some thousands of years ago.
And how did you get down here, Azamar?
Retaining the halfling visage, but clearly missing the point of why they've taken this form in the first place. It replies, "A battle raged across the realm. conspirators in the Arrow of the West, a place that they came to be known as Orenthale. A great battle there was upon an escarpment. A great dragon there was. And some say it erupted from the earth nearby. Many in our legion fell to the beast. The last thing I remember is everything went dark. It does not matter how loyal one is when faced with such insurmountable strength.
Interesting. And do you know the name Namarator?
Ooh, he's gonna do a... he's gonna do a will save at that.
Oh. Interesting.
He just lets out a blood-curdling shriek, transforming back into his original form. He throws himself at the bars and they shake. Boom! You see his original form there, and you see that he isn't simply Azamar. He is, because you've seen the Azamar. You met Azamar at the funeral. This is an ascended form of that race, it seems. I'll need you to give me a knowledge religion check, please, or knowledge the planes check if you have it. I believe you did have knowledge of planes learned from a book that you had in the convent. I think you might have got a bonus. I can't remember though.
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
13 for me.
21 knowledge religion.
Yeah, it is harrowing to see, and it is indeed humbling that it would be your first encounter with an angelic being. Harrowing indeed, because it appears that its wings have been brutally severed. Stumps of what remains of them spike from its back. This creature is a ravenous, mad creature from another world. And it's bent on getting out by whatever means necessary.
Tell us what you know, and maybe we'll open the gate.
I do not remember how long I've been captive here, but I've been made to face my enemy for what seems like an eternity. The treachery, the stink of it. All these days. Within sight and smell of his filth.
I wonder if
These two are enemies, aren't they?
If
in
we
either cell.
raise the portcullis at the same time, maybe their conflict will
Is that
Say
settle
well,
in the
but
middle.
I want him to tell me more about Namarator. He
Mm.
knows something. Or maybe he just knows that his wings were clipped by him.
Relax me! He screams. Once again, the room seems to shake with the force of his voice. Like his eyes appear to like gleam in the darkness like a fiery red.
Why would we do that?
Of all the bile to spill from my enemy's mouth, one thing you said is true. You will not open the way forward unless we are released. Unless the
Have you
blood
been
of
released
one's
before?
the blood of one's enemy must be poured into this seal. And from what I have observed, it takes a considerable amount. And I don't think you have enough amongst yourselves. Well, maybe. If you won't miss it. And he's right,
Who do you count as an enemy?
The grooves of this thing are very deep. It would look like that you pretty much would have to like slay someone on this thing to fill it up. What was your question? Sorry, Obsidian.
I ask him, who do you count as an enemy?
I count any that have betrayed the Azamar, and our kind. The Exalted Legion are forever sworn to destroy those that call themselves true light. Such a fallacy, a falsehood even in their own name. There is nothing true about them. All others are beneath the Exalted. That is the truth of the world. And yet they pitifully ally themselves with men and elves and dwarves in some pitiful attempt to overthrow us. Immortal and wisest of all.
What do we think?
Release me!
I know what you think.
Yeah, we've heard from you. Time out.
Right.
I feel they are perhaps too far gone to get anything more
Like they are
logical,
very much
coherent.
We haven't actually checked the door at the top there. Maybe we should just quickly. Yes, it's locked. Great.
I panicked, then I was like, no, lock it.
No problem, it's
Don't want
open.
another-
Never
I don't
mind,
want
you guys
another
stay where you are.
secret room fiasco. No.
I return to the guy on the other side of the room. If we release you, do you mean us harm?
No. No. No, of course not.
Suspicious.
I mean, I got my own little sense motive roll in my head there, and that didn't anyway.
Because it got a reaction from the other Azamar, Ansel is going to say to this one as well, what do you know of Namorator?
It's going to do a will save. That is a natural 20.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, the name. I have heard it. I have heard it in my dreams, my nightmares. I can hear his voice, ever laughing, ever mocking. He is the power within this darkness. And he has dwelled here for many long days.
Just days.
Ansel, when you did your detect magic,
Yeah.
and you sensed divine magic, did you sense divine magic in the form of a spell effect, or just residual divine magic from a being?
I'm guessing residual divine magic from a being, but I don't know that I can necessarily tell.
You can.
Okay.
With a little bit of concentration on your detect magic, you can.
I'm happy to
get quite a bit
say
of
that
insight.
you know that this would come from these creatures. Both of them appear to have some innate divine power within them. Though from your detection, Ansel, you can see that this power has been twisted within both True Light and Exalted. Both of them appear to be in varying forms of decay, shall we say.
Okay.
I want to try something else. Do you know the name Derek Redhaven?
I know it not.
Father Wolf?
I think I heard it being sung once or twice.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
He won't get drawn on that.
He lives on Drury Lane. I don't know, boys. I don't know what the best thing is here, because if we release them, they might fight each other. Fine, but this one, I asked him, and he definitely means us harm. 100%. Never heard a more blatant lie in my life. So
I think we need to take the risk. Let them both out. See if they come to blows, and if they don't, well, we'll just move them towards this circle and do what we do best.
okay, we need somebody needs to be exsanguinated on this. Basically, that's what we're getting at here. If only I'd kept the whole control command undead thing on the other guy. Might have convinced him to stand there while we bleed him out. But as it is, I think we've just got to release these guys and see how it plays out.
You can do a use magic device check for me as well, please, for those who have it.
Do I? It's my favourite.
Use magic device. Can't do it untrained. So no.
26.
You've fairly confident, Ansel, that releases for both the doors are upon the seal itself. You note that there are kind of like small levers attached to either side of the base of this sigil. You could coordinate and have them pulled at the same time.
Here we are. Ansel says, pointing at the levers.
Oh no.
Wrong lever!
We knew it was going wrong lever! Why do we even have that lever?
Love him for his new groove.
Oh, so good. Go on, I'm just gonna... You guys
Let's
go
just do
ahead.
it.
I'm just gonna stand
All
here
right.
near this door. Okay?
After 3. Not on 1, 2, 3. After
On
3.
3.
So on 3, okay. On
One,
3.
1, 2, 3, go, or 1, 2, 3. For sake.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah.
2, 3.
Okay, as you do that, the gates hurl open. Boom! Two great portcullises drawn up high.
No.
And two halflings stand there for a moment. Before rippling and shifting, they transform into something quite different. Yes, indeed. Two mad astral deva.
Oh.
Bloody angels. Full on angels.
Without the wings.
Jump forth. This one is proving particularly tricky to break out of his form. There he goes.
Don't want to transform.
He's mad.
and with a startling, harrowing war cry, they scream, "The Exalted are true light!" And they charge. That is where we are going to take a very short break for those of you watching. Well, you'll all be watching after the fact because we are simply recording this today, but usually we would do stream on Twitch, so if you'd like to come and watch us live, hit follow and then hit the bell to be notified when we go live on Twitch. And of course, if you like this video on YouTube, give it a like, give it a subscribe if you'd like to see more, and we will return to find out what happens in this climactic showdown. We'll be back in a few moments to find out. Don't go away!
Don't go away.
And we have returned to some very strange noises. But the noise that cannot be escaped is the scream of two adversaries who have faced each other for probably thousands of years. They give out a colossal scream and charge each other. Now, I want to know, as they're rushing at each other, you guys have a split second to decide, are you involving yourself in this fight?
For the XP.
I may be close to kind of nudge them back, like nudge one of them, sort of like keeping them in the ring, as it were. But
I mean, they seem pretty powerful. We're involving ourselves in the fight. I have backed up against the door, as I said. I'm like, okay, backed away.
Okay,
so probably
because
not.
Both Ansel. The reason I ask is Ansel and Silaster are in the way. So if you don't want to involve yourselves, then I'm going to ask for a reflex saving throw from the pair of you first of all, please.
Okay. We don't want to be in the way, at
no,
least.
And it's not going to be massively hard because you are ready to move because you knew you were about to open the doors.
Yeah, 37.
18.
That's fine. It was DC 15, so that's fine. You're able to move out of the way then, as and you can move as they charge. And quite as you had predicted, they ignore you pretty much from the get-go and immediately go after the other. You suspect that perhaps this had been some carefully worded situation to make you open one door, so then they would go for you, but at the same time, they're both going for each other. Now, because of the fact that this is going to be a straight battle between the two of them, statistically, they are pretty much exactly the same. They've been captive for the same amount of time. They have the same rough sort of powers. So what I'm going to ask is two of you, so it can be either of you, any of you, but I need 5 D20 rolls with a plus 18, and I want you to take account of who wins this roll off each round. So round 1, D20 plus 18. Okay, so Mike will be 1. Matt.
Oh, I was gesturing, but happy to.
Yeah, Mike, you do the first one. I'll do the second one.
Okay.
Dom, do the third one.
Well, no, just keep it between two of you, because then we'll keep track of it. Because I need to know who wins each.
Oh my god, it should so be between me and Mike. I'm sorry, Dom.
I agree. It should be between you two.
So I'm taking yellow.
Okay, yeah. So D20.
I'm on the yellow Astral Diva.
So whoever gets the most wins out of 5 rolls. So the exalted Deva lunges out and immediately grapples with the true light Deva and begins beating him around the face. He wins that one. That's 1 to the Deva of the exalted. And again.
28.
Yes. You're so not funny. So
the exalted brings up a rising knee into the chin of the true light Deva, stunning him, blood flying everywhere.
Do you say best of 5 or first of 5?
I guess it would be first to 5, I think. Yeah. So, well, I'm counting them as well, but that's fine. That's 2 to
So
the
you've got
Exalted,
2.
0 to True Light. Next one.
Oh.
True Light brings it back.
I got 1.
Hey, Matt, you can tell me how True Light, this broken angel,
It's my
with
D20 finger.
this broken angel, how does it fight back, Obsidian?
Oh, he's broken and he's savage, isn't he? I reckon he's been knocked down and like he's been grabbed and he's just biting him.
He bites him, yeah.
He just sees an opportunity and goes, ah! So that the other one goes, oh, fucking hell. It's just in desperation.
And to point out that you are effectively, you're sharing rooms. It's like if we were sharing the room with like an alien. Like, this is like mental to see. They just something off about these massive creatures that are just attacking. Again,
I think Trick is probably going to run and hide behind this wall over here.
No! Oh!
In particular, he's like, oh god, no.
I don't know. I
his
know I
worst
didn't say
nightmare.
it, but I think a critical might count as 2.
Well,
Oh, fuck's sake. You mother.
So that's 4 to 1. What is it?
I know
like?
how you
Is it cri-
reciprocate.
what's the
now I've got a win
critical like for the Exalted?
He grabs the one he's just biting him. He grabs his neck, rips him off, and then rears back his head and just headbutts him in the jaw, knocking the teeth out of his mouth.
Okay.
We've got to win 4 times in a row to even consider it now. It's not going to happen. 26.
Not like that, it's not. Oh!
No, it's not.
Hey! He claws it back. What's it like, Obsidian?
Knocked his teeth out. I think he's just down and he's just come back with like a backhand across him
Oh, bam!
to try and get it back.
And again.
Oh!
It's
you
all
win.
over.
You win.
Exalted, how do you finish the treacherous Deva of the True Light Rebellion?
He gave the backhand, and there's a look, and he just gives a ferocious backhand back, but it just knocks the chin around. And then, just because of the savagery, he's just going to like rip in, like digging his nails into his flesh and just ripping out flesh and muscle and just everything, just destroying.
Amazing, and the blood begins pouring from the now destroyed True Light Deva, and you hear a dunk as the seal is filled. But then you notice that there is a grim light in the Exalted Deva's eyes, and he says, "Pitiful humans and your True Light allies, you will suffer for this. Roll initiative."
I'm not human.
Oh yeah, well, elves, pitiful humans and elves.
I'm only partially human.
He has taken damage from the 2 hits that the Deva has done upon him.
Matt, do we have a tally somewhere that has our conflict in what our current wins and losses are?
I think it would take
That
an
doesn't
amount
count.
of time. I'm pretty sure you are winning. Like,
It all started with the mug.
yeah, that one though, that one might count, but I'm pretty sure it feels quite hollow because yes, you killed me, but I didn't spend time making the character, so surely it
Indeed,
doesn't
yes.
feel.
Yes.
What was your
It scratches the
initiative,
itch,
sorry?
but doesn't get rid of it.
Ansel got 22.
Yeah.
I got 12.
14.
$14 for Silaster. 12 for Obsidian. Ansel, you see what's about to happen. You realise that this exalted Deva is not done, and while grievously wounded from the 2 strikes that the true light Deva got on it, it is still more than healthy, and it turns to face each of you as its nemesis falls to the ground. But you act first. What do you do?
Presumably we get the feeling that he's incredibly powerful still.
Like an insane, feral angel. He is powerful. He is powerful. You can tell he's powerful. His voice shook the room.
Shall we leave? Shall we just go? Did it sound like the door unlocked?
Yeah, there was a mega dunk, and the door definitely unlocked it ahead. Yeah, it is open.
What do you think, guys? Do we want to fight this thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I will.
I want to fight an angel.
He's not at full strength.
I
I mean,
you can
come on.
tell.
That's like, do you want to slay the dragon? Like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna sickening blast it. Hopefully, 30 on its touch.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, that is a hit. Oh, but please, can you make me a caster level check, please, as your power has to fire through extra defenses.
Yeah, so I've got a +2 to this because I've got I took the spell resistance feat, so it's 10 instead of 8. 24.
Is not enough.
I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna back to the door.
Yeah, you move to the door. You can open the door with your movement if you have any movement left. It's well, we'll leave that up to you, Ansel.
Yeah, I'll open the door.
Okay, yeah, you open the door, and beyond, you catch a glimpse of a huge chamber. There appear to be great coffins that line the walls ahead, but of course you aren't really able to focus on that too much because this towering behemoth of a creature is looming, and it is now its turn. And the spell, the blast that went after it just bounces off its shoulder harmlessly, and it turns around and it's standing right next to Silasta. So that's what he's gonna do. I think he's just gonna smash you. I think, Silasta. Please, can I have your armor class?
I haven't acted yet, so I'm flat-footed. 18.
He will scream, "I will smite your filth from the earth!" as he will smite you. That is a hit.
Uh-oh.
"29 points of bludgeoning damage as he just brings down an axe handle smash down upon you. There's a boom as energy just disperses. The tiles that you're standing on crack, Silasta, as he just smashes you with an unholy smite. That is he doesn't move, he doesn't attack because it's a smite. That's all the attacks he can do. That is his turn. It is now your turn, Silasta.
I'm going to attempt something. So, let's see what happens. I'm going to attempt to make a touch attack.
Okay, yep.
Does 32 touch?
32 does touch, yes.
Okay. Let's see then. I will channel some extra item usage here,
Okay.
as I'm now going to require him to do a dexterity save, please.
A dexterity save or a reflex save?
Dexterity.
Okay.
Essentially, I'm doing what is a trip attempt, but
He gets 18.
he gets +4 to this.
19,
because
20,
he's-
21, 22.
I get 32.
You beat him. My goodness.
I ballista throw him back where he came.
Ah! He gets hurtled.
Smart.
How far does he go? All the way?
60 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Sorry, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Bam! He hits the wall. Roll 3d6.
Well, he also takes from, so he'll take.
Oh no, you get your own damage for that, don't you? Yeah, just do your damage, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He takes 29 points of damage.
Oh. See, some of it's absorbed from the impact, but still.
And then, as a swift action, I will use my new maneuver, Shadow Blink, which means I can now teleport as a swift action
Yeah.
to where. Actually, no, I don't need to. I'm sorry. I literally take a 5-foot step.
Yeah.
And would you permit me a move action to kick the lever?
Yeah, same as opening a door is that. So yeah, bam. He gets hurtled inside and bam, and the portcullis just goes boom and slams.
Ow!
Excellent.
Like you hear like a gadong as like he throws himself off the wall and slams into the adamantine bars, but they are unmoving. Bang, bang. My foe
I know
is
you said
slain,
you want-
but I have a new foe now. They will be slain. They will be slain.
That really hurt, and your attack fizzled out. I think we can maybe leave him.
Yeah, I feel sad
Yeah.
to do it, but I do agree that we should.
Yeah.
Should leave it. Well done. Well done. That was a
Yeah, very good.
epic
I'm just going to
move.
check.
I
That
will
was very
smite
cool.
you for this. The
Credit
exalted
where
legion
credit is
will
very due.
rise. And his voice
Awesome work.
fades into nothing. Yeah, incredible. Incredible work from Xylaster, my goodness me.
Genius.
If you were playing 5th edition, you would have got initiative for that, but we're not.
Yay!
So you get nothing.
I'm going to atomize the health potion instead.
Incredible. That was actually
25.
incredible. I didn't even see it coming. So there we are. That's what we like to see. So now that tempestuous clash is done, yeah, you're able to see before you that you have left the Chamber of Blood. And now you enter. You did a bit of research and you learned the names of the chambers, didn't you? Well, you did.
Maybe. I can't remember.
I will remind you. Do not worry.
I can't remember when we did,
Yeah,
but it
so
does
it
ring
was
a bell.
earlier in the castle. You looked into the Hollow Descent. I believe it was actually when you did Legend Lore. It was part of that, I think. Anyway. You know that there is a chamber called the Chamber of Blood, which you dare say is the one you've just been in. Now you enter a chamber that, yes, has a number of coffins, and a number of them have displayed upon the head of them a shining golden skull. However, at a simple glance, 4 of them are missing. At the head of this chamber, there is another entryway that leads to another vast door. It appears to be coated in prismatic energy, much the same as that vault door previously. And it is flanked by 4 great menhirs, great rocks that have been carved with the 4 omens: shadow, war, magic, fate. There are 2 doors either side of the room as well, one to the left and one to the right. What do you do?
Is there magical stuff other than the prismatic lock, as it were?
So, using your magical vision, Ansel, you can tell there is universal magic at play here. Simply speaking, you see that there is almost like a circuit of just pure magical energy running through the room between each of the coffins. And it appears that the place that doesn't have a skull each appears to be a broken part of an incomplete circuit.
What are these silver reliefs around the wall?
It's a good question. You can give me a knowledge religion check, or you can give me a roll with your level, whichever is better.
I'll take that. 19.
Really good. You recognize these symbols as those adorning the caves of the gnolls that you went up against at one point in Bleaktown as well, in the chamber where you battled Grin for the last time. These are the ancient symbols that represent the hunger, and its symbol is that of like a yawning jaw, open wide, all-encompassing and powerful. And its power is present here.
Well,
See what's through the doors, I suppose.
left and right.
Which will it be?
I guess I'll just try this door and hope an angel doesn't burst through and kill me.
Yeah, certainly. You note that that this door doesn't appear to be locked. If you were to try it, it is made of stone.
I actually did not dismiss detect undead, and it lasts for a decent amount of time. It should still be going because I didn't do anything else. So, do I detect any undead on the other side of this door?
You don't detect any undead on the other side of the door.
Like, yeah. No. Okay then. Let's give it a go.
You open the door and a ghastly, cold breeze or air kind of wafts from within. There is a drop that hurtles down into the darkness in front of you. There are 2 narrow passageways that immediately turn left and right from when you would enter in here, and what appears to be a recklessly narrow pathway that leads over the void. Silasta, looking at it, you think that this looks like an enlarged version of or it evokes memories of you running around a wall and being surprised by a gargoyle. Obsidian,
Dog just made me shit myself. I'm very sorry.
while you didn't detect undead, it is clear to see that there are further coffins in here. And there appears to be a fell mist that hangs in the chamber beyond too. You can give me a spellcraft check, please. If it is higher, I don't think it is for you, but if it is higher, Obsidian and Ansel, you can use your level.
That's with my level.
It's actually exactly the same, so I was 17.
That's, you feel like you do kind of recognise this Obsidian, but Ansel, maybe because you saw this happen, and Obsidian wasn't of sound of mind. It's strange, because this is actually a spell on the area, and what's weird is that it's a spell that Obsidian is capable of casting. You see that the entire chamber is filled with cloud kill. And at the far end of the chamber there rests a golden skull. There is a there is a symbol on this podium that's in front of you, just on the cusp of where the drop and the cloud kill meet the antechamber, or the walkway towards it. And it simply says, "Only the dead may pass."
Can you summon something?
Does the cloud where does it seem to start, Rob? Just so I don't step too far.
Pretty
see the
much
vapor.
one square more, and then you're on the edge. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I just step forward, so I'm on the cusp of it, so I can see the rest of the chamber.
Yeah, you take a good look. It feels like that this drop is a continuation into the hollow descent, the heart of darkness in this place.
Right. Okay. Well, right, so the first thing I'm going to try, because, I mean, I can summon stuff, but really we need... I can get over there. Actually, I can summon something that literally appears there, so it doesn't have to cross. It can just appear on the other side of the room anyway. But saying that, can't you teleport that far?
I can't, no. I can only teleport 45 feet.
It is worth saying that the cloud kill pretty much covers the room, including this skull. I'm sorry that the mist doesn't actually get that far. I will make the
that's
token
fine.
longer.
In which case,
it
I will summon one of my dandy skeletons.
Oh,
It's been a while. It's been a while, boys.
Is this a level 1?
It is level 1, and I'm not wasting spells. So we will summon a level 1 dandy skeleton, and he will appear right there.
Very good.
Do we know what he is to do before I actually do that, though? He's just collecting that skull for us, is he?
Presumably.
Right. And then he needs to just walk back. Let's just have a quick look. There's a skeleton.
Quickly paste him there. There he is.
There's my skelly.
Hopefully you have control of him still. Do you want to check?
Yeah.
Yep.
He appears and he has a cane and a fine hat and a sort of monocle type thing as before, and a great big sort of, the only thing that defines him as mine really is his big curly mustache. Because I love them. I love my dandy skeletons. I miss them so.
Yeah, so you can.
And
he appears
yeah,
as if from nowhere, and appears to be able to walk, of course, in the Cloud Kill where no mortal can, at least not for very long.
he will pick up the skull and will attempt to make his way back to us.
Yep. So we'll say he has the skull, and just use his movement.
His movement is 30 feet, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
He can do. I mean, he can do double movement if he's not doing anything else.
Yeah,
he picked up the
do
skull.
double movement.
So
Yeah, of course.
1, 2, 3.
As he
4,
reaches that one with that grate on, I would like the dandy skeleton to make a reflex saving throw, please.
For sure. So his reflex 1, but actually it's 3 because I give him a bonus.
Okay.
11.
It is not enough. A metal platform just triggers that dunk. The skeleton is catapulted into the void and disappears into the darkness.
Oh man, you're gonna make me waste a high level, aren't you? Bloody summon, so that it can survive that crap.
Did it have the gold spell?
So again?
Yeah, it did. It had the skull.
the
It was
skull.
holding the skull.
It was holding the skull. Yeah. You hear nothing for a very, very long time, and eventually, materializing back where it was, is the golden skull.
All right. In which case, I need to just quickly look at my my summons for a moment. And then we can do one of those. Just need to know which one of these has got the best reflex save. So we've got a 5, 6, 7. We've got a 3, 4, 5 reflex save. Otherwise, everything I've got that can do stuff is incorporeal, so can't pick it up.
The cloud kill is extending, completely engulfing the space.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It's not just centered on the platforms.
It's all on the platform and all the walkway and everything. Yeah.
All right, how's this? I will try a dispel magic to see if we can dispel the cloud kill briefly, so that one of us can get across. And I'll tell Silester or Ansel, if I can dispel it for a bit before it comes back, you need to get on it quickly, because it won't be gone for very long. But it'll be, I mean, it's a decent number of rounds, I think, that when you use dispel on a permanent spell, it disappears for a set amount of time. I can't remember, but
Well, if I stand next to...
I think, Rob, if you need to find it, the stats for that are in the spell permanency.
I could get there and back in 2 turns. How fast
I
can
could
you
get
do
there
it?
and back in 1.
Well, you do it then.
Yeah, if I'm standing here, I can do it in 1.
The dispel things are on is in permanency, did you say?
I thought so.
I was just going to look up dispel because I know the level that it would have been. I know the level of the spell. I know who cast it, and I know how long it's been there. So I do have
Yeah,
the DC
if the
for.
spell is permanent, targeted spell, area dispel,
Yeah, we'll call it an area dispel.
an ongoing spell in the area, make a dispel check, blah, 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 in addition to attempting. There are suppressed for 1d4 rounds. So I imagine that's the same thing.
Yeah.
This is on an item, but that's essentially a permanent magical effect. So if you use a dispel on an item, the effect disappears for 1d4 rounds, after which the item recovers on its own. So I imagine it's the same thing for an area.
Yeah, so
effect that
this
is
will
permanent.
dispel affects everything within a 20-foot radius, so you could dispel 20 feet around where the skull is.
Yeah, that's basically the idea. So you're going to have to teleport. It's going to have to be Ansel, I think, doing it. Because he can teleport at will, right? In which case, a 20-foot radius is pretty hefty.
Oh yeah,
like,
plenty of place to land, and you can. While the cloud kill
radius.
doesn't
So if I was to do it,
you can see it. You can see where you'd have to go.
As long as I can see it,
you can.
I can get back in.
It's just
okay.
Imagine, because this is a much broader area for cloud kill to usually cover. You're able to see through it better, but it just covers more distance. That's how
I will use a dispel. And if it works, I'll draw a circle to show you what area is dispelled. If it doesn't, there's no point. So the dispel check is 1d20 plus your caster level. Maximum of 10.
So the maximum of 10, that's right.
Should I use greater dispel, boys? It will give me 3 extra points. And I have got them to spare at the moment.
Do you have that sash as well?
The what?
The sash? You had like a dispelling item clothing.
Oh yeah, you do have a thing that enables you to increase your dispel checks with that item. Yes, you do have that.
Where is that?
It's like a band.
I've written all the items down. I don't know where it is. Natural armor, phylactery of undead.
You used it in the Chamber of Palor, and when you were around the dough guy. And...
I did, yeah, I did. It had like knots, didn't it?
That's right.
Yes.
Let me see if I can find it in the loot still.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I must have written it down in a different spot with my notes. I'm sure I...
Obsidian burned it on a pyre.
He didn't even need it, did he?
I don't need this anymore.
Version of blood, heroism, restoration, braces of repulsion. Yeah, I can't fucking find it. That's annoying. Yeah, definitely. I remember figuring that out. Well remembered. If I use that and a greater dispel, I have a much better chance. Concentration, visionary's route. Yeah, I don't know where that's gone. I'm very sorry. I don't know where I've written that down. Or even when we bloody picked it up.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously there's been a number of occasions where I have like got the loot written down, but I might have gotten rid of it because I've assumed once you have it.
Yep.
You have it.
It's entirely my fault. And so...
Dispel cord.
Down. Dispel cord.
Is that what it's called?
That is what it was called. It was a dispelling cord. It was a cord, and it had knots in it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I haven't written it down.
Yeah, I can't find it in there.
I must have written it in my other notebook, and then have changed since then.
Dispelling cord 3.5. Let's have a look. Yep, so a dispelling cord is wrapped loosely around your chest. I think the one that we described isn't, but it's just on your person. It gives you a +2 confidence bonus on dispel checks you make until the end of your turn. And it's a swift command. You can use it 5 times per day.
Oh, cool. I need to re-note that down.
Yeah, dispelling cord.
Which I will do after we use this, but I'm going to use greater dispel.
Yeah, and +2 to it with the cord then.
Which means I get +15.
Okay. Ooh, right. I know the DC. You have a good chance, I think. We'll see.
13, 14, 15. So. Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Alley-oop. For fuck's sake.
You go ba-doom, and there's a ripple of power, but your spell slot is used. The cord unravels one knot,
that's fine.
And the cloud kill does not move.
Pointless, boys. I'm going to try it one more time before I give up, because I don't want to waste too many of those. But luckily, level 5, not a great level for this area anyway. So, one more time. He literally just kind of goes... Tries again. That's better. 31.
And this time you are successful. There is a 20-foot radius of free area that you can create that's free of cloud kill. And that lasts for how many rounds? It was a D4, did you say?
It's a D4, so that's, hang on one sec, 1, 2, 3,
How
4.
long
1,
have
2, 3,
you got
4.
to retrieve it? Roll it up.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's about that.
Oh, perfect. Well, yeah, you can drop that over.
And it's got to be sort of there, so that you can pick up the skull on the edge of the cloud kill. So it has to be there or there, so that you can teleport maybe to like that square.
Give us
maybe
a duration roll then, D4 then.
4. Yes, maximum
That's
4
plenty of
rounds.
time
4
then.
rounds.
So Ansel, if it is Ansel that's going, how do you hop over there? What's the technique, if any?
Yeah, if it's me, I can teleport from. I'll probably push Obsidian out of the way, move to there, teleport to there, which is just in range. Quickly run, grab the skull. Take 6 seconds to do that.
Yeah.
Then run back to the corner, and just as the image of him that was left behind fades, reappears, this time in the same position but holding a skull.
Oh, that's so cool. It's like
It's almost like he's not gone anywhere.
Yeah. That's so cool. Okay, excellent. For some reason I
My
can't get rid of the skull on there. Let me see why. There he is. Okay. Yep, you are successful and defy the rules of the game.
Well, that's all right then.
Yeah, your eyes wander. Well, that's all right then. Yeah, your eyes wander to the coffins and think, well, maybe that might have been another means of doing the puzzle, but not a problem. I love it. You have got yourselves a gold skull.
Just one. But we need 4.
I'm really sorry.
I think what we should do, I'm going to take that skull, Rob, over to the other skulls and hold it sort of next to them and do an inspection to see if they are in some way different from each other, if they've got markings on them.
Yeah, in fact, you can give
anything
me,
that sets them apart from each other.
You can give me a mortician roll.
Spot.
I couldn't think of the name.
Thank you. Hey.
These were once
Maximum.
the skulls of living people that have been gilded with pure gold. There appears to be some magical quality that has been bestowed upon them. Looking at the shape and size of the skulls, and indeed the way that some of the teeth are there as well, some of them do look similar. Some of them appear, well, to be grim for a moment. Obsidian, Bogram, you've buried families before. And you are willing to bet that these skulls are probably related. Could you each give me a spot check, please?
My spot is better than yours.
Ansel, you're a
It's
bit
improved by
preoccupied.
1 this level.
Silaster and Obsidian, you see something glinting in the chamber that you actually ran from with the Deva. And if you were to go and inspect very quickly, you would see that now in the blood there has surfaced a gold skull there too, because I forgot to ask you to make that check earlier.
Oh, look at this!
It's like, listen, I do it all the time, like in a Dark Souls or an adventure game where you'll just miss. Oh, I needed to pick that up, and now I have to go all the way back. I get it. That's what happened here for a second. Yes, there is a skull here too.
I collect it.
Yes, you collect it. There he is for a second. You see him there.
Woo.
Yeah.
I'll bring it in the room.
You bring him in the
You get
room.
screamed at just for a minute as you walk
Ah! Traitor! Traitor! Trickster! Liar!
Shall we try the other door?
Well, are you just holding on to the skulls for now?
Yeah, the problem is, like, I was trying to decipher whether a specific skull needs to go on a specific grave.
Ah.
And so, I think they're all one family. Is there something, so if we have a bit of an investigation, I want to investigate, do the skulls appear to have anything that ties them to the grave that they're on? Any markings or anything distinguishing that?
No, not really. They're just solid gold.
Okay.
I will just put a skull.
I think we should get all of them
Here.
first.
Oh,
Well,
Silas is putting it down.
as you put that one there, it appears to neatly
Want to?
fall into place like that one belongs there, Silaster. And there's a slight thunk, almost a magnetic, satisfying click as the skull now rests there. And if you were looking carefully, you would see that the skull's eyes glow red
It's looking at me.
as it appears there.
Interesting.
All right, maybe place the other one then, opposite. Awesome. I was investigating with the other one, wasn't I? So I'll just plonk it here on this one.
Just plonk it.
I'll just plonk it on.
Just shove it in.
I will. Just plonk it. Just get plonked.
Okay, so the one that you retrieved there, you're putting it on that one there. It doesn't appear to fit, Obsidian.
Oh, well, that's helpful. We'll just try it in the other one here.
It doesn't appear to fit, Obsidian.
I'll walk across and try it in the other one here.
It's just right.
Ooh. How
Is it too big for one, too small for the next?
Dunk. As another skull has been placed, it's almost like you can see like faint magical writing appearing on the on each of the tombs, though it's still a little hard to make out what it says. It's too faint to fully see, but some sort of message is being inscribed into each of the coffins, almost like a eulogy or a final message that one would have written on a grave.
Is it just run?
Right.
You think it's going to be R.I.P. You just see the R, and then it turns out to be a U.
Yeah, that's
That'd be a great scene.
I was thinking, Dom, that's amazing. You shouldn't give that away for free.
I'm going to make a note.
Anyone watching
I'll
this,
come
don't
back.
steal that. That's Dom's.
This
that
video
out,
is
Rob, cut it
dated.
out.
I'm going to cut it out. Yeah,
Now
I'll cut it out
intellectual
in the edit. Yeah. It's gold, that. Literally. Okay. What now?
Boom.
Do you want to open this door
That's
or the other one?
locked.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Hang on.
unlock it.
Yeah, it appeared to just be jammed from time and age, and with a shove it opens.
Pow!
Pow! Right in the kisser.
Yeah, there's a small chamber, adjoining hall, another door.
Is it a secret door?
Is it a secret door? It's not. Is it not showing for you?
No, it is. I'm just
Okay.
after the last room that had a.
Oh yes, yeah, a small room and then another door. Yeah, gotcha. No,
I've got to be honest, guys. This looks like just the sort of chamber where the ceiling will start to slowly lower.
Yeah, that's why I came out. Actually, no, I'll stay because I might be able to get out if I.
Will almost be a Jill sandwich.
Alright, I'll try opening the next door. Oh my. That's...
Oh my!
Oh my.
So you open the door and you're greeted with sort of a familiar sight. There appear to be a number of mirrors held aloft by great statues. Each sort of like formed from these pillars that line this great room. Two much larger mirrors are on either side of the either ends of the room. And there are much larger reliefs devoted to the hunger. The more that hungry force seemingly reaching out of the wall towards you. Ansel,
Yeah.
you have a particularly strange feeling that falls upon you as you enter this room. It's almost like the room is lit with a moonlight, and you feel something starting to shift within your very being. It feels like you need to crack your back, but whatever you do, you can't quite manage it. It's just sort of like an uncomfortable feeling.
That's genuinely what I'm feeling at the moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's me.
Annoyingly.
That's me every day. Ugh.
I'm cracking my neck all night.
Everyone
I
have a
can't.
stretch. There we go. Ugh. Yeah, that's the vibe that you get here.
So it's annoying, almost frustrating, just out of reach.
Yeah, and like I said, there does appear to be like a feeling of like basking in moonlight, and all of a sudden, Ansel, it's almost like you were standing beneath the light of the Sickle Moons. And I do mean that mechanically.
Interesting. Very interesting. Can I take a look in the mirror?
Which mirror do you look into?
Just this little one to begin with.
Oh yes, you look inside, and I mean, you're looking at yourself, looking at your own reflection. You take yourself in for a moment, and what is Ansel? How are you looking into the mirror? What's Ansel feeling as he looks into the mirror?
I think probably the same. Anytime the Sickle Moon comes around, there's an element of power and feeling positive from that, but equally a feel of trepidation in his history with the Sickle Moons not being necessarily a positive one.
Yeah. And while you're kind of like pensive and thoughtful about this, you can't help but notice that your reflection doesn't appear to be pulling the same expression that you're pulling. There appears to be a very cruel smile spreading across your face, Ansel. Your reflection appears to be very amused. Very amused. Looking back at you. It's a cruel smile. It's mocking. And it's kind of almost like looking you up and down, sizing you up.
Ansel's going to talk to the reflection. What's so funny?
Well, I'm looking at a knave, aren't I? Ansel replies.
True, I suppose. And why are you looking at a knave?
Because you came and stood in front of me. Are you quite ready to dance?
If the music's right, I could be persuaded.
Then
I
let me
suppose.
sing a song for you. And he begins singing a song saying, there once was a house beneath the boughs of the trees. The shadows reach long and threaten thee. You see that the mirror is no longer showing your reflection, and so you see an old house, a house that you have not looked upon in many, many years. And I'd like you to do a listen check, please, and it's only you that can do this listen check, Ansel.
That's not bad actually for Ansel. 18.
I told you once, I told you 1,000 times, you don't show me respect, you'll go the same way as your brother!
Ansel
There is a-
hisses slightly at that.
Your neighbours are going to call the police, Rob.
There is there is a flash.
Of a domestic disturbance.
In the mirror you see on high 2 Sickle Moons, and that same voice cry out, What? What are you? What are you? What are you? Ah, 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 ah! And just the sound of horrifying disembowelment. Ansel, that feeling, that uncomfortable feeling that has been sort of plaguing you ever since you stepped into this room, begins to turn from cramp to agony. It's almost like part of you is beginning to change in the light of this room. Silaster and Obsidian, you're watching Ansel have this whole interaction with a reflection that does not appear to be doing anything different from what he's doing.
Of course.
I mean, no judgment. We're all weird on occasion.
I think almost reflexively, Ansel's claws are appearing and disappearing at the sound of that's emanating from the house, and he's muttering, well, he probably deserved it.
There is
Definitely did.
there is a scream that comes from the rear of Ansel, and the voice continues. You'll sing a song for me. You'll do whatever I tell you. I'm the man of this house. I am the king of this domain. I'm the god of your world. you look back, and the mirror, Ansel, appears to be showing you the Sickle Moons once again, but they appear to gleam as two eyes staring back at you. However, these aren't yours. These are terrible beast-like eyes that still have that essence, that same essence that falls into your gaze when these moons are high. You can't help but notice that this creature looks pig-like, swine-like, great tusks curling out of like a frothing mouth. Can you give me a will save, please?
Yeah, is it a spell or a spell-like ability?
It is, yes.
26.
What prevents you from this insanity, and I do mean that literally, insanity falling upon you as a powerful mind-affecting spell is just on the threshold of your psyche, but you prevent it?
I think it's the seeing the house before has set Ansel on edge, and he's at his most guarded, and under the light from the Sickle Moons, he's also at his most powerful as well.
You see that this pig-like creature is like snorting, and like it's the same mirthful, cruel smile that was laughing at you for being a knave. This pig, this swine, this guttural creature is looking upon you and is mocking you. And as it does, it begins to step through the mirror towards you, Ansel. This creature appears terrible, and it arrives directly in front of you, seemingly manifesting on that magical symbol that lies on the floor in front of the mirror. And as it does so, it appears like its reflection in the mirror behind you does exactly the same. The same for the mirror further up. The same for the mirror further up here. And the same for the large mirror, where a particularly large version of this disgusting feral pig creature like steps out. And I ask you all, roll initiative. And Ansel, yes, you are under the influence of the Sickle Moon.
Good to know.
2. 12.
16.
And 10 for me. Bugger.
What's this then?
Oh my word. Okay. So Ansel, you got 16?
Yeah.
Silasta got 12.
Mm-hmm.
Obsidian, 10.
Got 10.
Okay. Well. fans. Sorry, bear with 1 second.
Just got windy in here.
Oh, someone opened a window.
Or do you mean you've
Well, they
been
are
tooting?
pigs. They're pigs, aren't they? So
They're piggywigs.
They are, and for a moment it's like you hear the voice of a young girl singing for a moment. A voice you recognise, Ansel. For you are plunged into a terrible battle. I'm going to try to find music. A cacophony of songs reaches your ears as these terrible swine step out. On your turn, each of you will be able to make an incredibly difficult knowledge arcana, or in your case, Ansel, a roll with your level to determine what they are. This terrible thing at the bottom here, seemingly reflected by its own self above.
the natural 20, my knowledge arcana, which leaves it at 34.
We will cover that on your turn.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise you meant on
No,
my
that's
turn.
fine.
I thought you meant just knowledge arcana for everybody now.
No, that's fine.
Yes.
Doesn't count now, Matt. Says.
Oh yeah, fuck that. I'll keep it.
Irrelevant. Reroll.
Yeah, so this thing, the massive ones that come out of the large mirrors at the far end, act first, and I'm afraid I'm going to ask you all to make a reflex saving throw as both of them simultaneously fire a lightning bolt diagonally. The one lower can get both Silaster and Ansel in that diagonal line. The one above could get an immediate direct diagonal line into Obsidian. So reflex saves for each of you, please, as a vicious lightning bolt explodes for both of them.
I got a
Is
16.
it a spell?
It is a spell,
Like
yes.
ability.
It is, yes.
Sweet.
26.
26 is
36.
both successes, so
You shall not touch me.
Ansel, Obsidian, that is a failure. So you're
It
going
is
to
a
take
failure.
the full
Of
amount.
course it is.
Now,
Yes.
if they're two separate lightning bolts, I can either roll damage for both or roll damage for one.
Oh, am I being hit by 2 lightning bolts?
No, you're only getting hit by one, but it's because
Likely.
because two are going off at the same time. One from below fires up, the one from above fires down. You're being hit by the one down. You know what? I will roll the damage twice. So Ansel and Silaster, this is for you, and you halve this. Half of 29 points of lightning damage. Silaster, you take none.
None.
Evasion. So what's half of 29? Half of
15.
15. Yeah.
Or is it rounded down?
No, it's rounded up in 3.5 because it's a vicious system.
Because it doesn't like you.
It doesn't like you. It doesn't give you advantage. It doesn't like your face. And then we'll roll a separate damage total for Obsidian. That is 30 points of lightning damage exactly. So 29 and 30. My goodness, so 30 points of lightning.
Thank you.
Slam into
Thank you so much. May I have some more?
And what's strange is that they both appear to act at the same time, seemingly mirroring each other's movements. And with that, Ansel, as you take a glancing strike from this blast of electricity that appears to form in their tusks before joining and blasting in a beam towards you, it glances off you, you now act.
So first, the shade gets called to Ansel. He appears there.
You got him, yeah.
And then I'll swing 2 Eldritch Claws at the piggy in front of me. Natural 20.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
This is not going to be nice if it hits 21 on its touch.
That is a critical hit against this creature.
Excellent. And then the second hit, 23 on its touch, which
Also a hit.
presumably hits. And now I've got to do maths. I think this is right.
Well, do you need to roll a D100?
Well, yes,
Oh, yeah.
That's a good point. I was about to say, you're about to roll damage, and I was like, shit, we need to do the table.
You may do more.
Yeah.
12.
I think that's just a standard critical, then in that case. Let me just double check.
Pretty sure it is.
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure
Very
it's
nice.
in there. Let me see. Where is the table? Here it is. Yeah, so it is a standard critical. So
96 points of damage.
That's a lot of ones.
what did you get?
That is a lot of ones.
Did you get your
That's a lot
roll
of
to
sixes.
determine what it is first of all before we describe what happens?
Say again, sorry?
Did you make your roll to determine whether you know what they are, Ansel? Do you know what you got?
I did not, no, actually.
Roll that for me as well, just before we determine the outcome here.
It was my level, wasn't it? 28.
You know of the folklore, Ansel. You know of the stories. Obsidian, what was your roll? It was like 30 something, right?
It was more, yeah.
You'll
34.
You'll get something along these lines as well. And you particularly are accustomed to the terrors of stories around what haunts mirrors and the corners of dark places and the reflections in ponds. There are creatures that wander outside the realm of mortal perception, and one of those beasts are known as nightmare beasts. Now, these creatures can grow to be an astronomical size, usually a huge category. These appear to be a bit smaller. These appear to be the offspring of a nightmare beast, nightmare swine. I would like you to tell me exactly how you eradicate one of these swines with a critical hit as you send it reeling back to where it came.
So Ansel, as it steps out of the mirror, he just goes, "Reflections is my domain, and you just made a huge mistake." And then slash, and rips it in two. Like, you know when you get you go into a butcher and they just have hanging.
Yeah.
He does that to it, and the head comes off, and then it's just 2 carcasses.
And it's exactly what it is, because not only does the one in front of you get absolutely demolished, the one behind you as well is utterly slain.
Yes, I thought that might happen.
Bam! Gone. Anything else on your turn, dare I ask, Ansel?
No, I think I'll leave it there for now. Although, actually, that big one is within... Actually, I think 2 of them are within 20 feet. This little one here and this big one here needs to do a will save DC 23 or be shaken.
Ooh, okay.
As
Alright.
they will shit themselves as their friends.
So, big boy, first of all, a really good roll. Sorry, that's a pass. The small one, really bad roll. So, the smaller ones fail. What was the thing that they have? What, are they shaken? Did you say?
They're shaken, yeah.
Wow! Seeing what happened in the mirror, in the reflection of they see the demise of their brood mate or their brood sibling, and squeal in fear as they are shaken. Silaster!
Everyone loves making pig noises.
I mean, after watching that insane display from Ansel, I will take a 5-foot step, and I will attempt a greater insightful strike upon this swine.
Very good. Yes, you rush towards the nightmare swine.
Pow! 23. Ugh.
23 is a hit against that one.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yes.
As a greater insightful strike does 67 points of damage.
Whoa.
Yes.
Listen. You don't kill it, but it's brutal. Like, you just beat it and it goes like, and it makes some attempt to try and get away from you. But what is it like as you smash this thing? You don't kill it, but you severely hurt it.
I mean, it's hit with the palm, so it's just like a shockwave. It's just kind of cascaded across it. And it's just, the whole thing is still, like, reforming. It's that powerful an impact from it. But yeah, it's suffering, I will say that.
Very good. Okay, so with that then, that is Silas's turn. Obsidian, it is now your turn. You are beset by the nightmare swine.
Okay, so I know exactly what I want to do, which is really easy. I just summon a spectral hand, and I will move over here, so I've got a sort of a little bit further away from that one, but I want to ask, with my check on the knowledge of these creatures, do I think they are basically living creatures? Are they like magical beasts? They
are magical beasts.
Things,
they
living
are alive.
creatures.
Yep, they're living creatures.
Excellent. Okay, that's all I need to know.
Here we go.
Wicked.
Your
So yeah, I
spectral
just
hand.
summon up
There you go.
summon up the old spectral hand and have that ready to do its thing next turn. That's me.
Very good. Fantastic. That was. Oh, God. Right, we're back to the top of the round, and now the nightmare beast, the swines, the big boys. I'm going to ask Ansel and Silaster, please, to make a reflex saving throw. As a standard action, they can just automatically trample, and that means that this one down here is going to go through here to do that, and this one is going to go through Silaster, sorry, you need to make 2 reflexes, as this one is going to try and trample into Obsidian that way. So Obsidian, you need to make 1 too.
Reflex.
22 and 29.
29 is a
I'm not good at this. I'm not getting good rolls. My saves aren't that bad, but
yeah.
no, same again. 16. That's exactly what I got last time.
Oh my God, it's
Well,
just
rolling
total
badly on
carnage.
saves.
Silaster, you avoid 1, which means you avoid it totally. The other one, however, you don't. The DC is 26, half. So I think all of you got hit there, right? Oh no, 29. You got. Oh, that was your second one, wasn't it, Silaster?
That's my second, yeah.
Yeah. So all of you get hit once by the trampling of these mirrored nightmare beasts. They just go
It's
whoosh.
definitely bludgeoning, isn't it? So I don't.
It absolutely is bludgeoning. Yes, unfortunately so. And I'm so sorry. This is going to really suck. As they just go and just trample forward with a terrifying, like, bellowing roar. Oh my God. Clear, please. For the record, I am just using my dice roller for this at the moment, okay?
Fine.
31 points of bludgeoning damage to each of you as you just all fall under the clawed hooves of these terrible beasts.
Ouch! Holy crap!
As you fall under them, you are all knocked prone as well.
Oh, fucking hell.
That is their turn. Ansel, it is your turn. You are on the ground.
I will stand.
This thing goes as it's over the top of you. Oh no, this one just went straight over you, so yeah, you're fine. Yeah.
And then take 5-foot step, which I think I still have enough movement to do.
Yeah.
And then I will hit it, hopefully, with a Eldritch Claw. 23 on its touch, and it's -2 because of the shade.
A hit on its touch.
Excellent. It's not as good a roll, at 29 points of damage.
29. Excellent. And when you blast into them, it looks like that the damage is being shared. Like you see your impact of your magic hitting, or your power hitting one, and it appears to, like it's almost like both targets have been struck. That was Ansel's turn. Silaster.
I will stand as a swift action.
Does that stop you from provoking an attack of opportunity because you just do it? I think it does, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's part of the boots, which is quite tasty. Would I be able to stand up here, not underneath his foot?
Yeah, that's fine. So you're not sharing a square. I think that's totally fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I will then do a full round of attack. I'll deliver one to the one I struck earlier and see what happens.
Yeah.
2, no. 1, not plus that.
The smaller one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, 30.
That is a hit. You look like this one was preparing to do something, hence why it didn't act last turn. It was doing its own thing, but you smack it. It's going to have to make a check. But do your damage first.
Oh. 14.
I think. This thing looks like it was preparing to summon some terrible power and throw it upon all of you. But its magic detonates a second too late as you destroy it, Silaster. What is it like as you kill it?
You remember in the Arkham games when Batman would just pick up some off the floor and just kind of like punch them back into the floor?
Yes.
I just punch it back into the floor.
I love it.
And boom. But I get a follow-up attack, so I'm going to spin around and attempt to clock the guy that trampled me.
Yeah, of course.
29.
29 is a hit.
Beautiful. For 17 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, you slam him and it goes like bile and saliva flicks from its tusks as you smack him too. Great work. Anything else on your turn, Silaster?
That is it.
Obsidian, it's your turn. You've been flung to the floor.
Just checking. So I would like to do a touch spell on the one that's now standing over me.
Yeah, sure.
But it will be to cast a spell. Actually, you don't need to concentrate because it doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity, does it? A touch attack.
No, it doesn't. No, you just touch it.
So I'm going to do a touch attack on the one that is over me.
Yes, the one. Yeah, okay.
I was going to use the old spectral hand, but since it's right there anyway. 18 on his touch armor
18
class.
18 is a hit on his touch armor class.
Lovely stuff. He's a big boy, so I had hoped it would be. Okay, so can he please do... I cast a spell. Can he please do a fortitude save? DC 24.
Okay, it's quite a robust creature. He will do his best.
Doesn't matter too much.
He's also -2
He's a -2
from the shade.
That is still a pass.
That's fine. So I have cast Slay Living. On a melee touch, the subject avoids death with a successful fortitude. If it succeeds on the fortitude, it instead takes 3d6 points of damage plus 1 point per caster level.
Whoa, go on, roll it up.
So that's actually not too bad. For 26 points of damage.
My God, 26 points of damage.
Just letting it know I'm here.
Oh, and it certainly feels that it gives both of them appear to like convulse with the power.
A ferocious goosing.
Oh, it's a goosing. Anything else?
Yeah, basically just touched its tummy. No, there's nothing else I can do on my turn, I'm afraid. I'm afraid if I'd tried to move, it would have got the attack of opportunity.
Yes.
And, you know, I think I would have been worse off, so it was worth a try. Hoping I could finish it off in one.
It's actually, I've got to make a decision now. So, Ansel, could you be 1, 2, and 3? Obsidian, you be 4, 5, and 6. Silasta, can you roll me a d6? This is happening to you anyway, Silasta, so it's just determining how the other one is moving.
5.
Wait, who did I say that was? Obsidian. Okay, Silasta, Obsidian, can you both make reflex saving throws, please, as they initiate their charge once again, their trample.
Ooh, well, it's 22. It's still not
Still
but it's
not
better.
enough, sadly.
Critical.
Silasta, evasion is your ally, you take no damage. Obsidian, however, you fail and are once again knocked prone as you take...
Oh my god.
You never stood up, though. You just stayed.
Oh no, yeah, so he's
no.
on the ground and just gets stamped.
It's so much damage. It's so much damage, and it bypasses all my damage
Yeah, it
reductions.
does. It's alright, mate, you're fine. I think. We'll see.
Yeah. I've been fine before.
$24 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god. I'm apparently on minus 6,000 odd. That was wrong. 24.
Yeah.
I'm alright.
As they run through there,
Well, I'm not alright.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I'm not dead.
Yes. They appear to just charge into the mirrors and zoom, are gone.
Ow.
That is their turn. Ansel.
Obsidian's got 4 hit points left.
My God.
It's like...
Would I have got a attack of opportunity as they left my...
That's actually a genuinely good question, and yes, you absolutely
as would I.
would. You avoided them, and they left your threat range, Silasta, so yes, you absolutely would get an attack of opportunity. Ansel, it passed by you and didn't hit you, so yeah, you both get attacks of opportunity.
I'm just going to lay here and try to
35.
breathe through my broken ribs, boys.
Both connect. Those attacks of opportunity are successful. You hit the nightmare beasts.
Almost max. 24.
And 32.
Oh my word. That's mad. Ooh. Yeah, it costs them dearly to get out of your threat range there, but they vanish into the mirrors as they go, and because that was still on their turn, Ansel, it is now your proper turn. What do you do?
I really want to see if I can go in a mirror. Probably can't. No, I want to see. Can I try and go after them into a mirror?
Which mirror do you choose? The one next to you?
Yeah, it's probably easier to get to.
Yeah, you can. Ansel, what is it like as you climb through the surface of the mirror?
Did it work? Amazing. I think like any time he goes through something that's a little bit too small, it's quite spider-like. Like the limbs bend round, and he sort of gets his arms and legs through first, and then his body.
Oh.
Incredible. Yeah, you move
Very
through,
disturbing.
and I'm not going to be able to show this on the battlefield because we've moved out of it, but you are effectively face to face with one version of that creature. As it turns around and looks like it's about to do something. It looks like it's preparing to cast something from its tusks. But you can use a movement action. So you've done your movement action. What do you do? You can still
Am I close enough
Oh yeah.
to attack it?
You're on its threats. Yeah, definitely.
Then I would just love to take a strike at it in there.
Yeah, make your attack.
26 on its touch again.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is a hit.
Uh, 37, nice. That's a good
My
amount.
word. Ansel, what is it like as these two nightmare beasts have converged into one? What is it like as you destroy this creature within the mirror world?
In the middle world.
The mirror world!
Look at them shine.
Look at them shine.
I think he has already done the same thing essentially once, but seeing as they were so desperate to be two different creatures, he's gonna put a hand in like this, and just pull them apart and tear it in two.
Oh my god. And as you tear it in two, Ansel, it's like you're pulling its reflection apart, and as you rip it into pieces, it's like you're stepping through it, and you step back through the mirror at the far end of the room. And there is a shattering blast as each of the mirrors explode outward. Fracturing cracks run through all of them, and you have successfully destroyed the nightmare beasts.
Amazing.
Sidney is wrecked with a T.
He's literally every rib is broken.
He's just a no.
Do you need to take some time to touch yourself?
He goes,
Do you need me to move your hand for you? This time it
takes him about 10 minutes, I think. Yeah. But he slowly gets the health back.
I just want to know who is the most perceptive currently out of Silaster and Obsidian. I think, though, because of Obsidian's condition, I'm probably just going to default it to Silaster.
Just is, though, anyway.
You don't need to make a check because this is a check that you're making on one of your number. Silaster, you're looking at Ansel as he has arrived back from the mirror. You just saw him vanish for a second, like it's almost like he just stepped through a door in nothingness. Through the mirror, its surface rippling like a pool of water for a moment before becoming still, and then displayed in each of those mirrors you saw like a contest between Ansel and the Nightmare Beast, where finally, when you saw what happened but from the other side, the reflected side, you saw Ansel coming out of the other side through the mirror. Ansel doesn't look the same as you, as he did when he went through the mirror. You are unnerved to see that as Ansel approaches, his eyes are now reflective.
I cast Slay Living.
Oh.
Ansel, that sort of like twinge in your back has gone. You feel free. You feel light. You feel like you feel almost cat-like. You kind of sort of feel like agile. Every sort of like step you make is with purpose. As you sort of like arrive back in this place, and in the shard of the mirror of a mirror that lies on the floor, you perceive that there is a change about you. You effectively just have mirror eyes now. Kind of just.
That's creepy.
Anyone looking at you will only see themselves. They're looking at you. And there have been a number of changes, both physically and mechanically, Ansel. I am going to message you them, but suffice to say,
actual stuff of nightmares.
there are a few changes. So whilst I quickly do that, what are you guys doing? Like, are you reacting to Ansel? Like, what's the situation?
He's always been weird. I think we just go, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Just accept them. You know what, Ansel? You do you. If you want to have mirror eyes, you have mirror eyes, mate.
I think there's a similar thing with Salaster, but there's also for Salaster hearing the sound of Obsidian's bones slowly mending and creaking back into place, which is really...
It's such a slow process to heal himself, and it is disgusting, but it's so useful. He's now basically back at full health again. But my God. Ooh. I'd like to think that his spot checks have improved slightly, not because of any skill, just because he's become a little bit more dead, and so his lenses don't fog up so quick. His breath is colder.
I'm sorry, I am trying to copy this as best as I can. We will talk about this further another time, Dom, but just to give you like a little bit of an insight.
Okay, cool.
The only thing I will say to the others, and you can feel as comforted or as worried by this as you wish. Oh, no, I need to put that in the main group. Dom, where are you?
Oh.
Facebook, there you go. Suffice to say, Ansel, you have had a type change.
A type change?
Ooh.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Jesus. That's a pretty big deal. I don't get one of those until level 20.
I never get one.
No, that's it, Silasty. You're the only one, actually. You're staying relatively... sort of as you are. We're getting more and more fucking fucked up.
Don't worry about changing anything for the moment, Dom. Obviously, we're late in the session, but we'll have a conversation aside because there's some things we need to talk about, some things you need to choose as well. But we will come to that. It's odd, Ansel. You feel like you're under the lights of the Sickle Moon, but something is wrong. Something is going really wrong. This shouldn't be happening early. It's like you've been thrown out of kilter, like your schedule has been impeded upon. Your power is here early, and this is causing things to change. And quite like magic, from the remnants of the reflections, two shapes appear in front of the great mirrors there.
Grab them motherfuckers.
One there, and of course, one for its reflection.
Very good.
Let's go.
So, turns out, I don't like pigs.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Well,
Yeah,
attempt.
we're gonna have to switch, aren't we?
Chuck it across.
So who has the one from above?
I do,
Okay.
and I'm on the bottom one.
Yep, it thunks dully and it does not fit.
Yes, of course, because we absolutely have to instill Sod's law into the game.
Into
we
everything.
switch.
We switch. Yes. Kadunk.
Fuck's sake! Click.
And as you do this, there is a further satisfying click, and then a great rolling, grinding. The magic upon the door dissipates as now each skull has been returned to its place of rest, and the writing on the tombs become clear. Here lies the house of Redhaven.
Run.
Run. No, it doesn't say run. And yes, the door ahead, Gdonk, is open. Okay.
Shall we? There are stairs.
There are stairs that now lead deep into the darkness, and there appear to be curling shadows far, far below. It seems that one final chamber remains of the four. The chamber of the dead, the chamber of blood, the chamber of rest, and the chamber of mirrors have all been surmounted by the strangers. One remains. The chamber of shadows. Do you proceed?
I'm going to take some health potions. Cure moderate wounds.
So am I.
Okay.
Also,
I'm good.
Take 2 of them. There we go.
yeah, I'll just take 2 as well.
Very good. Is there anything else you wish to do before you proceed?
I'm going to take another moderate health boost. That'll do me.
I will throw a final concerned look at Ansel and then...
If he sees you, he just reflects your concerned look back in his eyes and smile.
I will cast another death ward on myself.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself, why not? Yeah.
Well, if we're doing that, I may as well atomize a magic fang. That's enough. There we go. And a mage armor. Look at that.
I might take a bark skin potion, because that should last a good amount of time. It's a +4, that's a really good bark skin.
Okay.
Oh yeah, how long does the bark skin? Bark skin, I think the +4 lasts 10 minutes.
10 minutes per something. 10 minutes per level.
What level does it have to be +4? +2.
3 cast levels above 3rd, so 9th.
So it has to be 3 caster levels above 3rd. Yeah, it does. That's mad. I've got one of those as well. I'm going to take my last, because I had 2. I'm going to do the same thing. Which means it lasts for 90 minutes, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oish.
Very good.
This is when the descent is actually another hour and a half of walking.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that to us.
No.
2 hours later.
So my
91
armor class
minutes
is
later.
25 now for 90 minutes. Good stuff. Yeah, there we go. Let's go.
Very good. And
Let's go.
just on time as well. So we shall enjoy our last little bit of exposition here as you descend into the darkness. A darkness that has long waited for you. A darkness that you have felt in the pits of your stomach when you thought about what this confrontation would mean. As you've rested around your campfire, as you've journeyed from one side of Orenthale to the next. This is where it has all been leading to. This is the deepest part of the hollow descent. After a long climb down a long staircase, you enter into a cavernous chamber, and a glimmering light can be seen beneath what looks like a giant frame. It almost looks reminiscent of the frames of each of the mirrors that have been fixed into the mirror chain. And beyond, upon a great platform that's suspended above infinite shadow, there stands the vampire, Darrick Redhaven, Father Wolf, Lord Nemorator, the Deathless. And upon your arrival, he smiles and he shows those long fangs. He appears to wear a similar set of armor to when you had seen him in the convent, adorned with his flowing cloak. You now recognize this to be day armor. And he speaks. "It is courageous of you to have come, strangers. I regret how matters have transpired between us. Ever since you learned my true identity, you have looked upon me as an enemy, an agent of the end times, a loyal servant to the hunger. How did you find the journey?"
Well, you say that we look upon you as an enemy. If we were looked upon by you as a friend, the journey wouldn't be half so harrowing.
Are you familiar with the butterfly, Ansel? They say if you were to help one from its chrysalis, it will not have the strength to fly. All that you have done, all that you have achieved in coming here shows to me that you are ready for the truth that I wish to tell you. If you learned my true purpose, a time may come, strangers, where we may not be so. We may be allies. Would you but listen, just for a moment, to what I could share with you? I beg you. This could mean the change of all things. Just a moment. to explain my many years of practice and planning.
You can explain, but at first sight of anything that seems aggressive or not diplomatic, shall we say, you have to know that we will attack.
Then you will give me a fair hearing, and you will make your decision. For I have a choice to set before you that will change the fate of this world. All that you know is true. I have long sought a means to engineer the first of the great omens, and I have set in motion a chain of events that will lead to the end of this world. Yet in all my long years of study and investigation, now a single year stands between my designs with the fugue prism and the astral phenomenon that will bring forth the Knights of the Apocalypse regardless. You must have asked yourselves, why so hasty when an eclipse is due anyway? What does another single year matter to the span of Darek Redhaven, Nemorator the Deathless? With the emergence of the Knight of Shadow occurring early, they will be arriving without the full backing of the hunger. If I manifest an eclipse now, they will be arriving before their armies are amassed to conquer Main Realm. I will strike when they are vulnerable, unprepared. You might call it, and he smiles, an attack of opportunity. Like you, I know that the Knights of the Apocalypse each ride from worlds already fallen to the power of the hunger, but they were not the first. When a knight is slain in battle, the victor must claim their mantle for their own. The victor must take their place. As I said, they were not the first, nor will they be the last. Should we not unite, strangers, and seize that power for ourselves? You have proven through the trials of the Hollow Descent, by fighting your way all the way through Castle Redhaven under my very gaze, that you are ready. Together we are four. Together we can become the new Knights of the Apocalypse. And that is where we shall leave the session tonight.
Oh.
Gonna be the Knights of the Puppy Clips.
Well, that is a decision that you need to make. And of course, that is something that you can dwell on between now and the next time we play. Because that is genuinely a choice that you will now need to decide as players. You absolutely can join Darek Redhaven and the four of you take on the Knights of the Apocalypse, should you wish. Which is absolutely fine. If that's what you want to do, then we will do that. However, there will of course be consequences to that. And of course you can deny him and refuse his offer and do battle within the heart of the Hollow Descent. That is something that they're going to have to decide, the strangers. That is something that the players are going to have to decide. And that is something that I and those of you watching this are going to have to wait with bated breath for, because I'm curious to know which way they're going to go. But I also, I don't know, I kind of am almost inclined to want to not know until we come back to the next session. You three can decide what you want to do, if you want, and talk amongst yourselves.
Oh no! I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. You know, don't you?
There's a potential for two sides.
Yeah, there's a potential for two sides. He's going to choose one, and I'm going to choose the other, and he's going to kill me.
You don't know that.
Well,
If it happens again, Mike, I'm going to kill you in real life.
That's on record now, Matt.
It is as well, yeah.
If he dies mysteriously.
That's it. Don't die mysteriously now, because they're coming after me.
so this is the critical decision that will obviously define the fate of the ending of the campaign, and it will define what will happen going forward. Because as it sort of has been hinted at, yeah, the knights have all come from worlds fallen from the hunger, but then why are they there? And that is the reason for anyone who has attempted to best a Knight of the Apocalypse must take their place. And, well, will they come back as Shadow, or will they come back as something more akin to their own abilities? That's something else. You might come back as your very own kind of the Knight of the Apocalypse. You might not necessarily come back as a Knight of Shadow. You could come back as, oh, I don't know, a Knight of Mirrors, a Knight of Winter, a Knight of Death. We shall have to find out next time. Before we conclude, we will ask the strangers their thoughts and feelings at the end of the session. We shall start with Matt.
I don't really know what to think now, to be honest. I've got some thinking to do.
Good.
I'm not just going to go for the opposite of what Mike says. Just no matter how tempted I might be. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was very, very good. And I thought we were a bit screwed with those Night Spawn at the beginning. But actually it went surprisingly much better this time than it
Way
did last
better,
time.
yeah, way
And
better.
also, not really because of the level up, because the level up really didn't do very much. I think we just were a bit more on it today.
Night Spawn
we
are our
got-
speciality now.
Yeah, we actually know that we can deal with them, which is good. But I mean, we got some really bad rolls as well, and it still went well for us. So, yeah, we did well, guys. And also, I'm very curious to hear what the differences are with Ansel and what's kind of gone on with him, and have a conversation there. So that would be really, really cool. But yeah.
Great, thank you, Matt. Great thoughts. Mike, thoughts at the end of the session?
Ooh, let's start at the beginning. Yeah, I enjoyed the conflict, yes, for a bit more. I think the level up morale boost was very much needed for giving us a level playing field again for the rest, and yeah, bolstered confidence with it. I very much enjoyed throwing an angel back into prison. That was a good little bit of
Yeah.
That was
was so
amazing.
epic,
I
mate.
honestly, I just didn't even compute to me, even though you've been doing that move so often. I just was like, oh, he's he's done it. He's done it.
It was the
chucked him.
perfect time for that move. It was perfect. Perfect. It was so good.
no
Very
chains
nice.
attached to ping, or people were just straight in.
I feel
But-
like if we did the inspiration rule, that's the sort of situation where
You would get inspiration for that.
all the way, because it was beautiful.
Stunning.
It was delightful, but your concerns about Ansel, I just in general now, that's what's happened. And again, what is becoming of Ansel, or is it just, is he actually changing, or is he just shedding the illusion to what he actually is, kind of thing? Is that human illusion slowly falling apart to reveal what he actually is becoming, or what he already was? I don't know. Who knows? But that's a story that currently is far from our current choice, which I think I know where Salaster would be thinking, but I'll try and find a more eloquent way to pose that for next session.
And finally, Dom, another insight into Ansel's situation, but again, I fear maybe more questions are being raised than answered for the others. Thoughts at the end of the session, please.
Yeah, I loved that. I loved everything in the mirror room and going into the mirror. I genuinely thought he was just going to smack his face off the glass, but I thought I had to try at least. It seemed silly not to. Very excited to see. I've had a little read of.
There's something else that I forgot as well to post, but I will post that to you directly. Again, we'll talk, but there's something else that you have that is pretty important, but the others wouldn't know. So I suppose it makes sense that we didn't bring it up here, but yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, just really cool. Excited to see what the choices are. I don't know what Mike says he thinks he knows. I don't know. I have to really think it through, man.
It's not meant to be an easy one. There isn't a right answer because both have their huge advantages and both have their huge disadvantages as well.
There is a logic to both sides.
There are. And it's clear that Derek is now sort of outed himself as supporting the Knights of the Apocalypse just to bring one into the right position at the right time to take that place for himself. That's what it's all been about. And we'll have to learn how that goes next time on Roll the Bones. For those watching, not live because this is just recorded, but for those of you watching, thank you ever so much for dropping by. Please give us a like, please give us a subscribe, and also, I would love to know if those of you who are watching this before the next one, even if this is once the next one is out, I would love to hear which way would you go? What would you decide? Would you go against an enemy that has potentially been a sworn enemy from the very beginning? Or would you put that aside for a quest of power and perhaps a quest to replace the forces that are bent on the destruction of Main Realm? We shall find out next time. Thanks ever so much for watching. And as we always say, bone and rolls.
Bone and rolls. Oh, and have a good Christmas.
And have a very Merry Christmas. We'll work out. We're going to play at some point through Christmas. We'll work out when. Thanks for watching. Bone and rolls.
Bone and rolls. Burn them.